who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Greetings and salutations. It is I, your spiritual entertainer, here with you once again. Just finishing off my coffee, getting ready here to bring you the finest in spiritual entertainment. Good to see you, ELP. Nice to have you here. And the Demon, and Sir Flame Drop, and Swiftwind Aquarius. I was just reading your comment in our D&D section, the Demon. One of the, are you the dungeon master or are you the player? One of the things that I've seen in D&D is, dungeon masters not controlling their games and letting the players control it. I don't let my rogues run wild, because what happens when they're doing that is you're sitting off on the side, letting them, you're a player, and it's a nuisance because you're sitting there, they're going around doing everything. I try to have all my players work together. Now, if the players want the rogue to rob somebody, that's fine. Now, on an open table, if the rogue wants to be an asshole and do his thing, I will do exactly what you experienced there. I'll have him get arrested, or I'll weed it out at an open table, right? But that's a nuisance when you have one player robbing the other players and going around stealing and stuff. I have a community loot rule. Everyone shares the loot equally, and if there's a magical item, I have everyone roll on it. Because that can be a nuisance, and that's sometimes the dungeon master's fault for not controlling the game when you have that. I mean, I remember this one game I was in, and I was sitting there for 30 minutes while the rogue is going around exploring in the dungeon. We're all sitting there. The dungeon master wasn't controlling the game when he's letting one player do all of this thing. And that's important, that all the players feel like they're doing something, but they're not sitting off to the side. Another thing is, like, when people take their turns in my games, I make sure it is fast and sufficient, because I've played in D&D games where it was like 30 minutes a turn. I'm like, that's ridiculous. So I try to encourage my players to know what the hell you're doing before it's your turn. Because no one wants to sit around and wait. Yeah. Let's see here. Grand rising to you, Aquarius. Yeah. And Sir Flame Drop, good to have you here. And Trampus Bowmaster, the one with tattoos all over his body of green men. Yeah. Very beautiful artistic work of his body. It was funny to see his character get beat up, and tavern maids wielding, serving trays and tankards. Yeah. It sounds like a player who's a nuisance, who doesn't want to work together with the rest of the group. Introductory world building. Yeah. I've been around the block a few times in terms of learning the ins and outs of how players want to take advantage of the game. They take advantage of inexperienced dungeon masters, and they try to have their way. Let's see. What the hell? I just went to the bathroom at work and realized I never put on underwear. Oh, damn. What the hell? You don't have any underwear on. Oh, man. You just felt like running loose today, right? Commando, right? Oh, like what? Where did my underwear go? Oh, is that like a regular practice for you? Walking around with no underwear on? I mean, that's quite hilarious, right? Oh, my rabbits are in such. Let me give you. Let's start out with the bunnies today. They are quite adorable right now. They're quite adorable. Let me see. Bunny time. It is bunny time. Here it comes. Oh, look at how adorable they are. You're so precious. Yes, Mr. Bunny's on the left there. Hi, Mr. Bunny. Everyone sees you. You giving us? You're cleaning up yourself. You giving yourself a cleaning there. Mrs. Bunny is trying to get in there. She's tired. She's a tired bunny. We love our bunnies. Yes, we do. We love the bunnies. Oh, she's a good girl. She's a precious. You is a good boy. Yes, you are. They're so precious. Every time I see them, I want to go over and give them a pet. She's a good girl. Yes, you are. Mrs. Bunny. That's a good girl. Yes. So adorable. Yes, you are adorable. Say hello to everyone, Mrs. Bunnyworth. Yeah. There you go. What you going to do? You going to get the phone? You going to get it? Oh, he's going to get you. Look at that bunny eye there. The bunny man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone here. This is how they lay down together. It's like yin and yang. Let's say they're able to like fit perfectly in together and exchange heat. All right, enough of bunnies. You got to see the bunnies. Let me go back to finding my proper background screen here. The Cauldron of Caledwin. There we go. Cauldron of Caledwin appear. There we are. All right. You got bunny time right in the beginning. My adorable, adorable creatures for your viewing privilege. The bunnies. Oh, let's see here. Oh, where are we at here? I do believe that Firebrand Maiden is a party's new favorite spot. Yeah. Is it a homebrew world? I'm not familiar with that bar name. There must be a homebrew world that you're playing in. Let's see here. Where's the white rabbit? I don't have a white rabbit, John. I have a gray rabbit. Now she is a little white in parts under her body. And my black bunny, he has a white beard that you can barely see. It's underneath of his chin. It's quite adorable. Let's see here. You were in a rush this morning that you forgot your underwear. Now, I can't say that I've ever forgotten my underpants. That's never happened to me. But there's a first time for everything, right? I don't know how someone could forget their underwear. Dinner looks good. Oh, you think my rabbits are dinner? I don't think so. We don't eat bunnies here, sir. You better not let them hear you say that. Ryan Kotazi. Hi, I've been seeing your lives for a while now, and today I got excited to see you. I subbed. You give such a calming vibe, and I truly need calm while you're working. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad that you find the cauldron of the goddess here, Caledwin's, her goodness moving in your life, the calm vibe radiating from the wonderful words of the bard here into your heart, right? I am able to weave a spell of many people that you find calm, you find peace, you find sometimes laughter, right? This is the gift the goddess has given me. Let's see here. Family man, your name is Jack. Your last line better not be me off. That's not the kind of Jack that we want to have a conversation with. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Yo, Maple, you went to work with a bottle of shaving cream instead of your wallet. Are you serious? You took a bottle of shaving cream with you instead of your wallet? Admittedly, I was kind of drunk. Yeah, that's an interesting mix-up, right? Have you ever had some of those Now, I've never been. I've only like had blackouts a few times when using substances. Uh, I usually when I drink a lot of alcohol, I remember everything. But I started using this type of banana schnapps that's like 100 proof. It's quite new. And I would start to lose, I would black out from it. It was quite powerful. Let me look up the name of it. Famous banana liquors. This is like these new flavored forms of schnapps that they're very powerful. Uh, banana, famous banana liquor. Let me see that. Banana liquor. Schnapps, 100 proof. Let me see if I can find it. It was, and I would start, losing my memory from drinking it. Like, I don't remember that. It's called 99. If you've had that. Now, they make little tiny bottles of different flavored schnapps, and it's called 99. And it's very powerful and inexpensive. I would, buy it when I was drinking all the time for my arthritis. I would go right to that, and I would not have a memory of what I did the night before. That's how powerful it was. Let's see here. Good morning, prostate exam. Good to see you, our friend. Good to have you here. And Trinity Ivy Moon. Good to see you. Good to see you. He was talking about Jefferson Airplane and chasing the white rabbit. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a homebrew tavern, but we're playing Curse of Strahd. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Yeah. I've never played. I think I've been in one game of Curse of Strahd, but it was never finished. They get all these these people that never finish their games out there, right? Let's see here. Kai Hi for Tits is your name. Good to see you. You like breasts? Is that what your name is about? Kai Hi for Tits. You are a lover of breasts. Well, good for you. Yeah. Breasts are wonderful, right? Manderson, are you Celtic? My ancestors were. Yeah. I try to honor that with I'm getting to know their traditions. I'm getting to know about their spirituality. I can't say that I'm a representator of all things Celtic because I don't know much about it. So, these symbols here are symbols of my ancestors, but that's the spirituality that, I'm rooted in, the spirituality of my ancestors. And I found that like the modern druidry has really helped me to connect to that. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids, and it's really helped me to connect to my heritage, to my ancestors. Specifically in Wales, there's a lot of Welsh words, and the idea of bards and ovites and druids. That tradition was preserved in the culture of the Welsh people. Let's see here. I know you guys are on Discord, but just an FYI, they're now demanding a Face ID and fingerprint. For some, for some, they're doing a lot of that. I've never had to do that. There are some. I heard that is happening. Credit card numbers and stuff. I don't know if that's like a mandatory thing. I think for certain Discord servers, they demand all of this security. I have low security on mine, so I don't think I would have that thing being done for people who have joined my server. They don't have to do that. You hit a big slab of shatter and fade to black. Oh my. It was the day after a company fishing trip. We all got wasted on the boat, and instead of putting my wallet in my work overalls, you put a bottle of Gillette in there. Didn't notice until lunch. Oh, that's hilarious. Super Scott, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I gotta turn my music up. It's quite low here. Come on, music. Why are you so low? There we go. Let's see here. How are my family and pets doing? They're all wonderful. They're all wonderful. My oldest son, no, my second to oldest son, he is. I'm in his room right now. I think he has COVID or something. The COVID test said negative, but he's got the symptoms of it. I hope no one else gets sick. He's been sick for a couple of days. He went to the doctor yesterday and they couldn't figure it out. So it's probably COVID. Let's see, where am I at here? Drinking for you always turned into blackouts. Oh, really? That's something that's like a regular thing for you when you are doing the drinks. Let's see. I can understand the shaving cream thing. You got drunk when you were private first class that you confused a can of Alpo for chili. Oh, damn. Oh, I thought it was just cheap, bland chili, not dog food. Oh, that is terrible. That you ate dog food on your oh man, that is terrible. Oh my goodness. I think most of us have had a dog biscuit or two, but to eat the Alpo. Oh, how was it? Was it good? I mean, when you were eating the dog chow there, could you tell the difference? Oh man, that is terrible. That is terrible, eating dog food. Oh my goodness, here. Let's see. Why would you drink alcohol for arthritis? That's counterintuitive. Why is it counterintuitive? It helps for my pain. I have chronic pain from my arthritis. So why would it be counterintuitive when it helps relieve the pain? Shatter blows your wig back. Vapes are the bomb. Vapes are the bomb. Let's see, 3 circles on a cup behind you. Trinity. Yeah, well, not like the Christian Trinity. I mean, this isn't a trinity of penises here. This is a symbol of a goddess. You know, the triskelion. It has many different meanings. This is the Welsh word. I got the Irish one on my necklace here. For me, the triskelion is a symbol of divinity, and how I understand divinity is Father, Mother, Child. That's how I understand divinity. Divinity for me is community. That's how I understand the Christian Trinity. I mean, is irrational. There's no lady in it. Trinity of penises. I mean, it doesn't work out in terms of the logic for me. Even when I was a Christian, I believed the Holy Spirit was a lady. Yeah, and there was nothing in the church teachings that said you weren't allowed to do that. It was just a taboo. There was no teachings in the church that says you cannot refer to God as woman. You have people who say, well, Jesus didn't say God was woman. He said father. Well, logically, you can't have a father without a mother, right? Even little children can figure that out. All right, where am I at here? Let's see. And that's not a cup. That is a cauldron, sir. Not a cup. Obid for life. Trampus Bowmaster is a member of Obid. I'm curious, is there other members of Obid here besides Trampus Bowmaster? Thinking back that the dog food actually tasted better than most of the MREs you've had. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible, right? Add water and shake well. Oh, damn. The seven of Anubis is here. Vixen, nice to see you. There's much worse things that people choose to eat. Yeah, I would imagine, right? Yeah. Honestly, it was the worst thing you've eaten. Teriyaki dog treats would have worked for you in an apocalypse. Yeah, I just can't get eating animal food. I mean, I wouldn't even feed my animals the food that some of the stuff that's out there. It's terrible, right? Let's see here. Where am I at here? Oh no, we already get people deleting. I'm a disgrace to mankind. Yeah, prove it. You mean technically you won't get sick from dog food? It's mostly wheat filler. So unless you're allergic to gluten, you should be fine eating dog food. Like Mad Max. You ever see Mad Max eating the dog food? Just step up and disgraces aliens as well. Yeah, why not? You have the what is your name? Anvig Stormborn. You have the Volknut tattooed on your wrist. It's a divinity symbol, as well as an infinity symbol. Are you talking about this triskelion here? That's what it's called. You call it the Volknut. That's how you understand it. Alcohol can increase inflammation and symptoms of arthritis. Oh, so really, short term it might help, but it can increase the average pain when you're not inebriated. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Sophia, goddess of wisdom. Yeah, she's wonderful. The Old Testament, Proverbs, the Holy Spirit is feminine. Yeah, the lady. Yeah, Proverbs 8. Oh, my rabbit here, he has done what is called a flop. He flops over and looks like he's dead. He's so precious right now. You are a precious animal. Yes, you are. I just have to come over here and give him a pet. He's so precious. Yeah, the rabbits do something called a flop. When they feel real comfortable and at ease, they like fall over, and it looks like they die. And it's quite adorable. Let's see here. So I'm an idiot. Oh, really? Why don't you tell me why you feel like I'm an idiot, sir? I forgot to sacrifice. Yeah, if you are here, go up and push the thumb there. If you're on your phone, that helps bring more people here. I want to have conversations with people. I don't want to hear myself talk, but I will if I have to. I will keep talking about whatever. I can talk about the wall in all the details. Look at this wall here. You know, there's a certain depth of a wall and a certain presentation with the lines and the creases and the reflection of the light upon the wall. And what really helps a wall be what it is the paint. The paint really gives see, I can keep going. I can start talking about whatever and just keep going on. I could talk to you for a few hours about a wall if I had to and start spiritualizing it and everything, start having a conversation with the wall. You know, I can do that. But I want to talk to you. I'd rather talk to you. Yeah. Let's see here. Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Howard, Keradwin is my Savior. She is the lady. She saves me with her cauldron. Let's see here. Smash the light. He will. He's not lying. Yeah, I will. I can just keep talking. I'm quite skilled at it. Let's see here. Here comes the Jesus Clankus. Yeah, maybe yours is all the church propaganda. Yeah. Pink is better than yellow. It depends on what kind of fellow you are. Yeah. You follow Satan things. Hell is a better barbecue. They have special flavoring for their briskets and their ribs down there, unlike other places, right? Let's see here. Good morning, Reiki Master here. We're out. prescribing destiny to all here today. That was the message, right? There's a destiny out there for all of you. And on Natalie's channel, the Reiki Master and Diviner, Natalie, on her channel, was talking about, this is a moment of destiny for many people. Oh, let's see here. Are you hydrated this morning? Well, of course, only with sparkling ice, the drink of spiritual entertainers everywhere. When you are talking for hours and the roof of your mouth begins to stick to your tongue, a little bit of sparkling ice will get it going again. Yeah, they should pay me for all the publicity of sparkling ice. Is this an alchemy channel? It can be. I love Hermeticism. You want to talk about alchemy? We could talk about it. What do you want to discuss about alchemy? Yeah, but the cauldron doesn't mean alchemy. The cauldron is a symbol of my goddess Keradwin. That's her triskelion on there. Let's see here. Ribs in hell are good. We like good hell ribs here. Yeah. Spiritual entertainment. Soul smoked sausages are the best. Yeah. Amazing. I guess it's a bit of alchemy. Yeah. Smash the like button. Give it a good whack. Let's see here. I will assume there's meat in hell. You may have to eat vegan. Yeah. No, hell has a vegan section. A lot of vegans are going to hell too. We have a place for everyone down in hell here. Seth, the red cap. Oh man, don't mess with red caps in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, what's interesting about the lore of the red cap in D&D, if a red cap does not kill things, it will die. Red caps have to be killing things every 10 minutes or something like that. I can't remember the lore exactly. But the red caps, they are murderous creatures of the Fae. And if they are not killing something, they will cease to exist. That is their nature, the red cap. If you did not know the D&D lore, that would be quite the plot twist, yeah. G-Man, it's always nice to see you. Hell is a melting pot, yeah. Of all kinds of diversity, yeah. No judgment in hell. It's all diversity, right? I am the high bard of spiritual entertainment. Yes, it is all true. It is all true. We only eat organic down here. Yeah, we can. It is my honor. It is honor to my God, Set, and D&D, joy combined. You are devoted to a deity named Set. Is this like the Egyptian Set that you're talking about? Isn't he kind of like a dark deity in the Egyptian pantheon? Tell us about your deity Set. I'd like to know. Egyptian, yes. He is a snake, right? There's some type of darkness involved in his lore and mythology, from what I recall. Now, Vixen probably knows more about that than I do, being a lover of of Anubis in the Egyptian mythology. Yeah, there's all kinds of beautiful mythology out there, all kinds of wonderful stories that people can relate to, and they find in these mythologies something that attracts them, something that they find beneficial, and they make gods out of it. I mean, they put it as the center of their life. They relate to that, and I know what that's like, right? Because Keradwin is my goddess. The mythology of Keradwin puts a faith on the mystery. Keradwin was an ancestor of mine in the Welsh tradition. Now, when it comes to the deity, my vision of it is not accurate. your vision of it is not accurate. But that is not important. The important part is you're trying to relate the best way you can. And there's this reality of trying to relate. There's always something behind that. There's always a face behind that. The mother or the father or the brother or the sister or the lover, whatever you are reaching towards, there's something behind that. And we all have different faces that we like to put upon that. And that's how mythology is very helpful, because it takes you on a journey and helps you to connect to something. Now, when I read mythologies, I don't see that as an accurate description of a deity. Oh shoot, I forgot to announce that I was live here. Just a moment here. I am live. There we go. I forgot to put that on Discord. Let me shut my Discord off here. Yeah. When you read mythology, sometimes the mythology is really bad about the god, right? Some of the gods in mythology are terrible, like Yahweh. There's no way that is real. No gods act like that. Same thing with Zeus going around screwing everyone. To me, that is not real. Is there a high deity that's on the top? Certainly. Is it Zeus? Probably not. But Zeus is the face I use to relate if I was an ancient Greek person. We in all of us, there's the archetypes. There's this nature within us that speaks to us, and we color it in with our creativity. And mythology helps you to color that in. Mythology creates a bridge that you're able to look upon this reality. And but you have to be careful, because mythology is, if you say your God is this way, then most mythologies are terrible. The gods are certainly real, but the stories we tell about them, they are not. They just point you in the direction of the archetype. Let's see here. Have you ever tried to stand up? No. Egyptian things titled Osiris. Where am I at here? Scrolling through here. He's not a snake, that's apparently, but he is chaotic, though he's only ever been nice to modern followers, god of storms and unique to people. Yeah. In the Scottish lore, there was a baron who kept a red cap in his dungeon and fed him to prisoners. The castle still stands and is abandoned. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, it's an interesting. Yeah, I was speaking about the D&D version of red caps. I don't know anything about the fairy folk version of that. That sounds like an interesting story. Epep is the devouring servant. Maybe hell is Miami. He's like Loki, antagonistic but essential. Yeah, I like the mythology of Loki, because you have this being who really is a representation of the gods and their immorality and their bad behavior. And Loki is more like a connection that reveals them. You think that the gods in the pantheon. What is going on here? Oh, damn it! Just a minute. Well, this is embarrassing. I'm like, what the hell smells in here? My son, he likes to be a nuisance. He goes and takes a shit, and he leaves all of the doors open. I'm like, what the hell smells in here? And my son, he just took a shit and just left it in the toilet. He thinks it's funny. You're not funny, sir. You need to flush the toilet. Everyone on my stream could smell that shit. He's got a sense of humor. Where was I at here? Loki. You have this being Loki. He does all of this stuff for the gods, and he's kind of like treated as the bad guy, but he really isn't, because he's no different than them. And how that's revealed is in their punishment of him after he kills Boldar. That's how what you see there is the evil of the gods, and it's that was no justice that was done unto him. He experienced this injustice, right? And later it transforms him, where he becomes this great warrior that brings about the end, Ragnarok, which is really a new beginning. He takes into the corruption in himself, and he overcomes it. He becomes this great warrior and brings about the end of the gods. But really, the end is for their own good, so they can become something better, like him. That's how I interpret the mythology of Loki. He learns to dance with the light. He learns value. He learns justice, and he delivers it in the end, which allows the gods to be reborn again. Hopefully, this time not as assholes. I mean, a lot of the Nordic gods are assholes, right? Like going around raping people and stuff like that. I mean, that's not good. One of the best kind of deities I have found, and that you really can't put at fault, is the doctor. I mean, he only did one really thing that you could consider immoral, is he went and screwed a river goddess, right? But he was not married. This depiction of him and the Morrigan as a couple, I don't think there's a lot of stability for that. I mean, they had a relationship, but was he really cheating on her with the river goddess? I mean, his mythology as a fatherly god, I think, is one of the best, in all of the mythologies. I mean, if you line up all of the father mythologies together throughout the world, the Dagda to me is on the top. I mean, who's on the bottom? The God of the Bible. I mean, he is no good father. He is terrible. The shit that he tells his children to do and how he treats them. I don't know why people think that the Bible is God the Father. I mean, he's a terrible asshole. Everyone has this idea of fatherhood in them, and they reinterpret the Bible and make excuses for why it says it what it says. I mean, if you take it just as a mythology, the God is terrible. He is not good at all. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Apep is evil, Set cuts up Osiris, but it isn't evil. Just pray to his rage. Where and how do the archetypes come from? So weird. I was asking this question, and you brought up archetypes. Now, within now, how I understand it is that within you there are these psychological realities, foundations within you that are a face of a true reality, an inner reality. The father, the mother, all of these things are inside of your psychology. And when you approach a deity, you don't approach the deity from outside of yourself. You approach the deity from within your psychology. That face becomes the face and how you relate to whatever gods that are taught to you. Like for me, growing up in the Western world and Christianity is prevalent, Jesus became the face of the archetype of father within me. That's how I, when I would have a conversation, the face of Jesus would be there. The face that was taught to me by my culture. Not necessarily a religious face, because I didn't really have any religious instruction growing up. But Jesus was an archetype for me to relate to what God is, in God being a father, God being good. Celadwin as an archetype is that of the mother, and that person of encouragement, of inspiration. Now, beyond the archetypes, there's the essence, the reality. That's where you get into the mystery. Is it all one? Is it all the same? The idea of an all-encompassing reality. That is what I don't understand, because, I've experienced, true fatherhood through my archetype, and I've experienced true motherhood, and also the experience of eros, an intimate love where you experience with the divine spouse, where you find that intimacy from. And I would call that the divine Sophia, the divine wisdom. Oh, let's see here. A lot of Nordic entities are freaking terrifying. Yeah. And a lot of the terrifying realities is just people. They are afraid in the world they live in. And so they put that in their mythology. A lot of mythology contains the psychology of the people, and some of it's not good when it comes to the description of deities. This is what you find in modern paganism, is they don't treat their deities the way their ancestors do. Their ancestors were afraid of the deities. Modern pagans are not. Modern people have learned that gods are approachable, gods are good. They're not responsible for why we have a drought or why the comet fell. It is not God's fault. The only religion that really continues to promote this type of God that you need to be afraid of is Christianity. Their God needs to be appeased, right? He's always pissed off. These are the way that ancient people understood their deities. Let's see here. Dear Bard, why do you personally believe that there is a prime or head God above others? Teach your beliefs. Because that's what I've experienced. When I was 20 years old, I heard a voice that I referred to as Father, and it called me son. And it to me, it was the ultimate power, because I felt empowered. I had all kinds of problems spiritually, psychologically, and this fatherly voice began to heal me and began to comfort me and began to give me strength. When you know that the ultimate power is on your side, you can go up to all of the gods, all of the demonic entities, and do this. So I've had a lot of demonic problems, but now if I see a demon manifest, I just go up, give it the sign of the cross. I'm like, because it can't do anything to me. I have the ultimate power within me, and so do you. And there are powers in this world that don't want you to realize how connected you are, how loved you are. They want you to live in fear. They want you to live in a state of despair, because that power of despair feeds them. They don't want you to know that you're important, that you have purpose, that everything is going to be okay. So from my own experience, the Father was there for me. As a presence growing up, something was around me. I could perceive it. And I addressed it as Father. And when I was about 20 years old, that presence went into my body, and that's when I heard the voice. But the presence became more feminine as I began to experience it. That I could not understand, and I tried to figure that out. Yeah, you have the Father, you have the Mother, you have the Lover. I don't understand it, but I know that I'm loved. And if I get it wrong, it's okay. I know that I don't have to get it right. I don't think that's one of the evils in Christianity. It's like, if you don't have the right ideas, you are doomed, right? What a terrible belief. Amun-Ra is your deity. Aquarius. Let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, not too far. Oh, I am a lot far behind. Let's see. Where am I at? Wow. It's time for your junior ROTC cadets. We'll have a good time. And enjoy your days. Remember, the only one has a valid opinion about you is yourself. Good wisdom there, demon. What version of D&D do I play? 5th edition. And the reason why I like it is because it's real easy. Because I'm more into the storytelling aspect of D&T than I am the combat. There is combat, but I would prefer to stay in the tavern and role play the whole game. That's where I am, and I find 5th edition is real easy and loose, where you can just focus on the storytelling elements rather than the combat. Let's see. Swampo deck. Chaos gods are only mirrors. Yeah. Let's see. Archetypes carry so much mystery. People from different cultures seeing the same entities across hundreds of years. Yeah. We all share the same archetypes, but our culture puts different faces upon it. And that's how we relate to the archetypes. A person who did a lot of work with archetypes is Carl Jung. If you ever want to study his teachings, I mean, he's very insightful in some of his experiences with the archetypes. Let's see, yeah. According to the Fey lore, redcaps have kept the cap red with fresh blood. The blood dries, the red cap dies. Yeah. That's interesting, yeah. What is a Fanacoli support? Tigers. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. The old cornback rattler in the toilet, yeah. Screw Google, nice to see you. At least it wasn't a double-decker. Yeah. Could you imagine? Yeah. You want to count at every blade of grass on the Padre field? Oh, no. Set is the bad guy in myth, but he was jealous. Yet he is the only one who can find Apophis due to the chaos. Following him, we accept our own. Yeah. Any 5-star is the devil's sign. Yes, I am a devil. Beware, you have been warned. I have come from the 12th circle of hell to be with you today. I'm trying to recruit people for the end times, building the Antichrist army. So yes, everything you've said is true. I am a devil. Now, if you are here and you want to support the devil in their final mission in the world, building the Antichrist army, go up and give a thumbs up here. I appreciate people who can do that. I do this for a living. The Antichrist doesn't pay me very much. So I'm trying to make my way in the world, doing all kinds of recruiting for the forces of darkness. And like I said, it doesn't pay very well. The devil is always broke. Yeah. See here. What bad stuff did Poseidon do? He raped people. Like Medusa. He raped Medusa. All of these Greek deities, a lot of them are rapists, right? Now, when you have a mythology, that isn't the only mythology about the god. And what modern people do when they look at mythology, they like to put it all together as this is all the information about the deity. And that is a wrong way of doing it. You have certain groups within society that have their own mythology about the gods. And that doesn't mean it's the same kind as over here. One of the interesting things about like the mythology of Zeus, there were certain poets that ascribed to him as the one and only deity, the all-powerful, the one in all things exist. They got really philosophical about that. That's what you find quoted in the Bible, where the Apostle Paul says in the book of Acts, in him we move and have our being. He was quoting a Greek text about Zeus. Now, would he quote the part where Zeus turns into a bowl and goes and screws a woman? No, probably not, right? So when you have these mythologies, you have to keep in mind in the ancient people that they're not all complementary. Sometimes they're unique, and sometimes they're very different than other people's mythologies. But we have a tendency as modern people, when we look at mythology, to think it's all the same and it all describes the god. It does not. You have different people with different mythologies about the same deities that contradict one another. An interesting example of that is if, like, you're reading the mythology of the Dagda, and if you're trying to put all the ancient tales of the Irish together about the Dagda, he ends up being his own uncle and grandpa at some point. Yeah. The mythologies aren't all the same. They use the same names, perhaps, to describe deity, but it is not all the same. And that it's unfortunate that modern people, when they're critiquing deities, that they think it's all under one banner. And that's not how ancient people, like modern ways of doing mythology, you could find in India, where you have the Rig Vedas, right? Their oldest writings that talk about certain gods. Well, these certain gods are then in different other mythologies of Hinduism quite different than they were in the Rig Veda. Like Shiva, right? He was no big deal, but now he's a big deal in certain parts of Hinduism, certain cities and certain villages. You have different mythologies taking on different dimensions, different faces, right? Shiva's kind of like the only deity that matters in a lot of mythologies, right? The idea of a trinity that people come up with from Hindu mythology is really erroneous. Like you have the Brahman, you have Vishnu and Shiva as some type of trinity. That was kind of like a Christian interpretation of their mythology. It is so diverse and there's no unity there. The only real unifying factor in Hinduism is moksha, that all of the mythologies, however they're doing it, they're trying to find liberation. They're trying to find that path. That is the only really thing that matters, because you have all of this diversity of mythology that takes on different faces in different time periods throughout history. So that's very important when you're studying mythology, that you understand when you're reading something about a deity, that it doesn't mean it's all the same. One of the problems that you find in the Old Testament is this reality. When you hear that word God, you're thinking it's all the same. Well, the gods in the Old Testament, they have different names. At some point, they became all the same, but that's not how it is in the narrative. You have, for instance, El Shaddai, the God with many breasts. That is a female understanding of deity, of fertility. But it becomes a male god later on because people conflate all the mythology together in one unifying reality. So I just wanted people to understand that when you're reading a mythology and you're saying this is how the god is, the mythology is not accurate. The gods are real, but the mythology is not real. The mythology only points you in the direction. And some mythologies are terrible, while other mythologies are wonderful, right? Like I really appreciate the mythology of Ceridwen, right? Now, is that how she really is? No, she is not. This mythology is attributed to her. She was an ancestor. She probably did wonderful things to have this mythology attached to her. And she has been a cultural and sacred symbol of my ancestors, where she is a goddess now. Let's see here. Hades and Ares were douches. Yeah. I agree with you about Yahweh. He's horrible, yeah. Sweeps water in dustpan, walks to drain and dumps it. Man, go Army cadets, yeah. Yahweh did not pay child support. No, he tortured his children. He was not a good deity. What Christians do today is they have a mythology of a good God that's loving. So what they'll do is, this is the contradiction. They'll say the Bible is the Word of God. But it really isn't, because they have to reinterpret it and they have to represent it with the context of a loving deity. Because the God of the Bible, if you read it just as a mythology, he's an asshole. There's no way any person of reason could pick up a Bible and come to a conclusion that the God is good. He's an asshole. Let's see, it makes sense that some still see God of abuse in the Bible as a good father. Yeah, it is unheard of abuse victims to make excuses for their abuses. Yeah. Now, if you leave it alone, it's just a mythology. Like, if I was Jewish, I would say, yeah, this is how my ancestors, they believed their God. He was a warrior God. He was, that's how ancient people understood deity. And you could say, yeah, there's some wisdom there, but there's a lot of bad things as well in the Bible. The problem is the Christians, because they've made it into, this is how God really is. So you have the Christian apologist always making excuses or defending the God all the time, right? And they have no problem going, to Zeus or Odin and say that guy's he's a rapist, right? But when it comes to their own God condoning rape, they make excuses for it, right? It's supposed to be a mythology. That's all it is. Now, any mythology can point you to an archetype. And throughout your experience, you should be refining how you want to decorate those archetypes. They should be, think of it as a mirror within yourself that's dirty. And you need to keep cleaning it up, refining it, where that archetype fully reflects to you the experience of the reality of the divine. Let's see here. May the goddess of nurture and protect the young and innocent. Thank you, Kevin. Blessed be, my friend. Do you want God? Yeah, only Jesus is the way. See, yeah, this is an example of someone who will just ignore the fact of the Bible, the truth of its evil, because they have been indoctrinated with a certain vision of a deity. And so they are forced to see everything in there and condone everything as good. Now, this person, Leah, if I were to give him a copy of a book and it said, my God wants you to marry a rapist, I guarantee you that Leah here would light that book on fire. But because it is their own book, they will make excuses for it because they've been indoctrinated to see. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes people have spiritual experiences, and someone will come along and tie things to that experience where you feel threatened when someone tries to untie that. A lot of Christians, they tie their experience, their archetype, to the written Bible. And when you threaten the Bible, you threaten their experience. They are taught to do this. I don't believe in the Bible as the Word of God. And because I don't, they are threatened. I have no problem with Jesus as an archetype. But because I don't want to do it the way they've been indoctrinated, they've been taught through fear and control to believe in certain ideas, or somehow they will lose the connection to the God. These people have been manipulated. Oh, look, what a surprise. Leah has been moderated. Yeah. you see how they act, right? These control mechanisms, they feed off the fear of losing the experience. You cannot lose a God who loves you. The God will love you no matter what. But they are told they must behave a certain way, believe a certain way, or else. This is pure manipulation. And I was a part of it for 30 years. And I'm glad I was. So I can experience it, so I could know it, and so I can expose it for what it is. So I can teach other people about this. Now, there will be people who will be able to understand what I'm saying, and it will be helpful to them. But most people, it might take a long time for them to realize it. And for some people, they'll never accept it because they are afraid. One of the things that helped me to see these patterns of control was trusting that I'm loved. It took me a long time, even though I heard from a deity that said that I could trust. It took me, 20, 30 years to really believe that I am loved and I can trust that. And when I was able to trust that, anything that triggered fear, I could contradict. Like, I have no problem going up to Leah and saying, screw your version of Jesus, because their version of Jesus is quite wicked and wretched. It is controlling and manipulative. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Jesus is a big baby? I don't think so. I think Jesus is wonderful. It's how people present him that is not good. Wow, look at all the fundamentalists here. Inquisitor Bacon, you need to make sure that things are not kosher here today. Without Jesus, no one would believe any of the biblical history of stories. He's the only thing keeping it going. Yeah. Well, the Jewish people, the Bible is a sacred text to them. But they don't, some of them are fundamentalist about it. But most of them, they don't read it like Christians would read it. Like, this is how God really is, right? As a cultural and historical text, right, in its mythology, it's not bad. It's how the Christian narrative has made it that has made it bad, that has made it inappropriate. Let's see, where am I at? You are Welsh, but have found the Celtic gods myth to be quite overwhelming. Really? I'm just getting to know, what do you mean overwhelming? Because there's such a diversity amongst the stories of our gods. What is overwhelming about it? Now, I think you have the freedom to believe whatever you want, but I think it's important to continue your cultural memory, that you feel the ancestors, you continue that connection. I have a mixed Celtic heritage, but I've chosen what is the least, which is the Welsh, to continue their story, to continue their tradition in my family, in my way of life. So I think that, continuing your cultural memory is very important. You're free to do whatever you want, but are you bringing like a tradition to your children in the next generation that connects you to ancient Egypt? I don't think so. I think that you really need to reconsider, the heritage and the connection to your ancestors and continuing what they have done, but do it in your own way, right? I heard there's never been a blind schizophrenic. Oh, yeah. There's some wisdom in that, right? There's some wisdom in that, in what you're saying. Let's see here. Yeah, I remember that Metallica song about the guy, that was injured in war and was blinded and made deaf, and is sitting there wanting to die. on his deathbed. Remember that terrified me, right? That Metallica song. Was it Metallica that made that song about the deaf and the blind guy that was in the war? That was such a terrifying memory, and there's been people like that, right? But not in torture. Yeah. Let's see here. What are you doing here, rabbit? What's going on with my rabbit? What are you up to? She's just looking up at me. I think she wants a treat. We will give you a treat. Here you go. Where's your partner here? Come over here, Mr. Bunny. Mister, stop! Don't take her food. Hey, come over here. Here. He's such a lard. He'll go and steal her little snack. These snacks were bought by you, my community members, and your contributions to the show. You have fed my rabbits, so my rabbits appreciate you. I do this for a living, and I appreciate people that can contribute financially by buying me a cup of coffee. There's a join button over there. You can buy me a cup of coffee. Let's see here. Found another way up. Let's see. The Jesus Clankas. Crazy Carl, good to see you. Good to have you here. And Cindy, you have returned to us. I don't know where you stand. You're talking about made us in his image. Can you prove that a deity made us in their image? God wants us to adore and love him, and wants us to obey his command. Why? Can you prove any of that God wants anything? You are using someone's interpretation and saying it is a fact. There's no way to prove any of that God wants us to do anything. You are assuming a lot, and you cannot back any of that up. Let's see. There's many other ways besides of the Satan character. Let's see here. Let's see. Tell the Holy Spirit to leave a like. Yes. Leave a like, Holy Spirit. Fundies are funding again. Yep. Let's see here. Our good friend from the land of Wales, Blake, is here. Good to see you. Now, Blake, I would make the same argument to you. Unless you are of Nordic ancestry, you live in the land of Wales. You should be out running around with the Bardic tradition there, the ancestors. You should be going to the Istafat. You should be continuing the tradition of your people. I think that cultural memory is very important. Teaching your children about Ceridwen, about the ancestors and their stories. I think that's very important. And I know that you have a devotion to the Nordic deities. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not telling people how to do. I'm just encouraging people to continue your cultural memory. I think that is very important. I mean, you finish up with the ancestors left off. And that memory of the ancestors is sacred. And you should try to continue it in your own way. The Jesus mind virus, yeah. Jesus is the wandering mystic priest archetype like the Magi or the Celtic hermit or yogi, yeah. Cosmos, good to see you. Hail the All-Father. Let's see. People are told to worship Jesus, but we never meet him or see him. I'm extremely suspicious. Yeah, why can't the deity do its own dirty work? Why must I do it your way? What justifies me following the religion the way you want me to? Why can't the God, come to me and say hello? See, the Holy Spirit is feminine, called Lady Wisdom, yes. Pay God's command, because if you don't, he sends you to fair death of hell. But he loves you? Yeah, right. Anyone that says, I'm going to send you to hell and loves you in the same sentence tells me that you're a delusional lunatic. I got rebuked where? Oh, shit. Where did I get rebuked at? Let me find it. I rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus. Demon. There's a demon. Oh, man. What am I going to do now? Oh, there I am. You have asked for the demon, and now you have it. What are you going to do now? You have cast out the demon. Right? There it is. There. I had to run and grab that. I'll be right. I got to put it back in the closet here. Oh, my goodness. All of these Christian fundamentalists and their great powers, right? Casting the devils out. Every day I get an exorcism. Thank you, Christian fundamentalists. That demon, it was hard to see when I was possessed by that demon. It obstructed my vision. I can see clearly now. The day has come when the Christian fundamentalists set me free. Thank you, Christian fundamentalists. You're so powerful. What is your name here? What is his name here? Bold as a lion. Wow, you have so much power. Look at you. Oh, man. Let's see here. Praise the doctor and Queen Bridget. Yeah. The espresso is really working today. You can feel your blood moving. Yeah, let's see. Oh, man, where am I at here in the comments? Oh, I'm way behind, but what can you do, right? I will catch up at some point with all of you here. And later on tonight, I don't think I'm going to be on. I got to catch up to my D&D table. I got a lot of stuff I have to do on it. So I'm not 100% sure that I will be returning to. Now, I just lost a whole bunch of chat. My exorcism took about all of my comments away. So I'm back towards the bottom again. So if I did not greet you, I apologize. I tried to greet everyone on here. You mean a lot of names and words with difficult process, whereas Egyptian feels more organic? I would contradict you that the Egyptians are more organic. The idea of Egyptian gods are quite diverse. There's more, I think, more we know of the Egyptian pantheon than we do of Celtic deities. I think, you can do however you want, but you're really not offering culture to the next generation. You're not continuing the memory of your ancestors. You're just doing religion your way, and that's fine if you want to do that. I'm trying to encourage you, if you are Welsh, to continue the tradition of your ancestors. The ancestral memory is very important, forming that connection with your ancestors. Let's see here. I think Gaelic was the original language of humankind. You think so? Well, you would say that because you're a Scot, right? She's like a broken record, the Leah. Yeah. Sanskrit, it was the OG language. Yeah, it's one of the oldest languages in the world, right? Sanskrit. Metallica's one was that was the song that I was quoting earlier. Yeah. It is something I'm interested in, but I found it extremely difficult. Yeah. Well, in terms, I'm new at trying to connect to my ancestors, and I just a little at a time. In the practice of druidry, getting familiar with, their traditions and, how they went about doing things. I mean, there's a lot of resources to help you get acquainted. But if you are Welsh, I mean, all you have to do is go to the yearly Eisteddfod, and there you are. You have the Celtic memory continuing. Um, let's see here. The song is called One, and it was based off Johnny Got His Gun, and yes, Metallica, yeah. You're all experts on the hard rock music. Green Knight Tales, good to see you, our good friend. How did your Zelda game? Thank you for sharing the image. He's got a big Zelda tattoo on his arm that he had shared with us yesterday. We have no idea of the first language would have sounded like. Probably just a series of grunts and gestures. The first written language was Sumerian. Really? I thought Sanskrit was one of the oldest languages in the world. I did not know that Sumerian was. Let's see. Oh, the kitty, Arabic is the first language spoken? I don't think so. You think it was the King James of Scotland who placed 2 infants with a mute woman on an island besides Edinburgh, hoping they would grow up and speak the original language? That's weird. Yeah. Burr, 024, good to see you, our good friend. Bard should follow the glorious Altar of Soloth. I don't know who that is. Tell us of your altar of the salad. I'm unfamiliar with this deity. There's lots of deities out there. Appreciate things, can read, but yelling at people, crazy cat ladies. I am also not having kids. I have cats. Yeah, well, I think culture is important in being able to connect. Your ancestors are very real, right? And I think having things in common with them, that cultural memory, is very important. I mean, you can do life however you want. I mean, it's your life. What took them so long to figure out the writing? Let's see. The Pantango symbol he is using a background even comes from Islam. Yes. All of my ancestors were Muslim too, weren't they? Yeah. Let's see. Why the satanic star? Because I love Satan. Satan is I'm leading everyone into to hell. That is why I have the satanic star. Some of the humans' first words were like the F word. Jesus would agree with this guy. Well, wonderful. Am I retarded? Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. How do you feel about fat women? I love all women. I don't define women by, the more weight, the more you can love, I say. I love all people. I don't define them by the way that they are presented to me in my vision. You might define people by their weight. I do not. To me, they are a person. Let's see here. I believe that the first languages were spells used by early magician priests. Look at that. You have all of this diversity and trying, to discover the origins, right? Pentacle has church history too, representing the wounds of Christ and the elements. Yeah. It used to be a Christian symbol. I don't know why I have to be the devil every day, right? Oh, my bunnies are so cute. They're just begging me for pets. The goal, again, Barinichi Ramya, whatever that means. They say the pentagram is of the devil. For me, it has always been earth, wind, fire, water, the circle of Mother Earth, increasing her creation. Yeah, it's a natural, sacred geometric symbol. I mean, it's this. I don't know why it's got to be the devil. When I was a Christian, I was taught that too, that it was the devil. But this, for a Christian that says it's of the devil, prove it. Prove it's of the devil. Only the holy were allowed to, in the sacred temples where they were written. Uh-oh, telling Natalie she is wrong? Oh, man. I'm saying like the very beginning of language, primitive sounds. Ooh, ah. Well, we can all speculate. What if there's always been a language? Why did we have to have a origin of language? What if there was always language in one form or another? Let's see. Your goddess taught you that. Look at that. Insight from above. And swastikas were originally symbols of peace. Yeah, that's part of the Hindu tradition, right? The swastika. Let's see here. That's a true pentagram, not the inverted one. I call it a pentangle. My tradition calls it pentangle or pentacle. We don't call them pentagrams. Other people call them pentagrams. Let's see, where are we at? The oldest piece of writing we know was a receipt. So bankers probably invented writing. Yeah. What's interesting about Sanskrit is that it was later written. All of the Rig Veda was the Brahmins. They were the only people to memorize these things, and later they were written. And it was a crime for people who are not the of the caste, the upper caste, to access it and to know what was in it. It was a secret tradition that was later written down. It's supposed to be quite ancient. What goddess? There's only one God, Allah. Well, Keridun for me. You're talking about Rastafari now? You're talking about the king of Ethiopia? He created you, therefore he sets the rules. Prove it. Prove I was created by the rule setter. You cannot. You're making all of that shit up. Conversion through peace. Yeah. Mutual understanding is a lot more effective than bitching. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Where are we at here? You read shit backwards? Why was he rebuked? We like that guy. I don't know. People love casting devils out of me. I get that all of the time. There's all kinds of devils all of the time in me that they feel the need to always do these rebukings. I've had the most exorcism in human history because I get one on here every day. For about a whole year, I've had an exorcism. Sometimes twice a day I'll get one. I had to make a rule, one per program, because some of these fundamentalists, they'll just keep doing it. And the demons were complaining about it. Like, let's just do one per show, not, because it was kind of a nuisance for them. Oh, Batman Scarecrow. Oh, the head, yeah. I don't know what that was one of my son's Halloween costumes. I don't know which one it was. Here you go again with the Moorish American national emblem. All right, whatever. Don't care about the Quran. Don't care. Mask from Batman Begins. Bard is a funny guy. I like him. Yes, I am a comedian. I will make fun of you if you're being a dumbass. I have no problem doing that. Let's see. Yeah. Ara Ningahas. Nice to see you. I hope I said your name right. I can't even pronounce what your name is there. I'll just call you Ara. Glad to have you here. It was refreshing. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know Arabic, so I'm not going to even bother to reply to you. Because he's your God also. Prove it. Prove what you're saying. You are making a claim, Mr. Jacksoff 82. You are making a claim. Prove that any of that stuff. You can't. You're making it all up. Have some integrity and say, yes, I'm just guessing. Because you can't prove any of that shit. Green Knight, he doesn't stream here. He has got a wonderful stream that he goes around the streets of Toronto at night. It's doing quite well. His YouTube channel. It's going to be very, very big in the future. Have you been able to Martinize yet, Green Knight? Let's see here. Did Mohammed get all wrapped up with the Satan facts? I don't know. Let's see. You didn't educate yourself? Who are you talking about here? The blood cult preaching? I don't preach anything here. I'm an entertainer. That is all that I do here. If you ever never seen Toronto, you could see it on Green Knight Tales. Let me get his channel up here so you can see it. I'll share it with you. I'll put it in the, where are you at? Green Knight, where are you? There you are. Let me put his channel up here. I will pin it in here. There is the, that is the Green Knight's channel. If you want to get a good entertainment around the town of Toronto, there you are, right there. And I'll pin it up there when I get to the bottom of my comments, because it's way on the bottom here. My ancestors decided to become Christians? I don't think so. Do you know how Christianity was spread throughout the world, right? Foolishness. So he can't answer the question. Now he's trying to create another way of trying to contradict me. I want to go back to your original presentation. You say that God has laws and that he made me. And I ask you to prove that, and you still have not been able to do so. Also, I meant organic to me personally. The Welsh words are difficult for me. Yeah, me too. I only know a few. I'm terrible at it. But you don't have to get the words right. There's other things in the culture that are beautiful and wonderful. Can you speak the Egyptian words? Probably not, right? And I'm not telling you what to do. You can do your life however you want. I'm just saying that, our ancestors have a memory. And I think it's important to connect to that memory and continue it. Continue their culture, continue their memory, their stories. I think that's very important. Catanos with the deer antlers, you love that depiction of you. Yeah, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty or trying to shame you. I'm just, pro tradition of ancestors. I try to encourage that with people, that you continue the memory. It doesn't matter to me what you do. I'm not trying to. So please don't feel like I'm trying to put a guilt trip on you or something. I'm just trying to encourage the ancestral memory. Let's see here. You're welcome, Green Knight Tales. Hail Hecate. Eternal life and not being separated from is good and love. Prove it. Now, I can prove to you that good gods don't separate their children from themselves. What would you think of a father who did that to his own children? That would say, you're no longer going to be a part of my life. I'm going to destroy you in hellfire. What would you think of a father who did that to his children? He'd be a bad father, right? I can prove to you that God is not an asshole the way that you're depicting him, just by explaining basic fatherhood. The God of the Bible that you're presenting here is no father. Fathers don't act like that. Fathers don't compel you. Do it my way or I'm not going to love you. Fathers don't do that shit. You have yet proved to me that God is the way that you're saying. There's no evidence for it at all. Sanskrit written French means no writing. Let's see here. You think 81 is an atheist? Yeah, that's wonderful. I have lots of friends that are atheists that are here. I talk to everyone. you definitely get what you want, free will. Prove that I have free will. You can't do that, can you? I can prove to you that the Bible does not teach that you have free will. You have in the Old Testament God hardening people's hearts. You have in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul says, God hardens whom he hardens. You have God in the Old Testament sending spirits, lying spirits in the mouth of the prophets. You have in the New Testament God saying, seeing you will not see, hearing you will not hear, so you do not become saved. Your God in the Bible does not give you free will. He stops you from the opportunity to do what's right when you know it is, because he wants to punish you. Talk about sick. And could you imagine a parent, their child, creating an atmosphere where they get worse so you can punish them more? What would you think of a father who did that to their children? That made an atmosphere that allowed their children to get in more and more trouble so that they can punish them even more. You would try to take the children away from that father. Well, the God of the Bible does that to his children. Isn't that disgusting? Yeah. You used to dream of Keranos, and it was always satanic. Mist and broomsticks. Oh, misappropriated, yeah. I don't think that was Keranos. Keranos is the father of the forest, right? He's a benevolent being. I look at the ancestor thing like this. As humans, we love so deeply, and how smart we are. When we die, we see a cellular level. We connect with them somehow. Yeah. I celebrate the wheel of the year. Just recently we celebrated Imbolc, right? That connects me to my ancestors, these festivals. And I'm not a pagan. I don't like sacrifice to Bridget. Bridget to me is on the Gaelic side is an ancestor, and she is someone to honor. I don't have any particular devotion like Trampus Bowmaster here. He loves Bridget very much. I honored her with lighting candles. I don't have any particular devotion, but I celebrate the wheel of the year to connect to my ancestors, to continue where they left off. That's how I honor the memory of my Celtic ancestors. Mindless Dow, I have subbed, so I will jump in one of your lives soon. Thank you. Glad that you're here. Are you talking to our good friend, the Green Knight? You've subbed to him? Good. Let's see here. Not in Sumerian, it was Sanskrit. In Africa is the oldest written language. Well, who knows, really? We could dig something up and find something older, right? Eternal flames separate from all good. Prove that there's eternal flames. You can't prove any of that shit. You're making it all up. Let's see. Like you choose evil, I can choose to pray for your soul. Really? If you don't pray for my soul, what will happen to you? Your God will punish you. You're not free. You're being compelled, is what you're doing. You're not here of your own free will bitching about your religion. You're doing it because you're compelled by the beliefs that you've been taught about your evil deity that tortures people. You don't want to be tortured, so you are here, right? He who does not bear fruit is cast off into the fire. So that is why you're here. You are compelled, sir. Antichrist Ami. That is a star for witchcraft, yes. And there's a cauldron for witchcraft here too. I cook Christians in there. Where are we at here? What preaching guy like? Let's see here. Pentagram is really often mistaken for a satanic. They're uneducated, right? Ara. Let's see here. I am drawn to tricksters and darker gods. Maybe I could take another look at amongst the Celtic pantheon. Yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot of deities that are there, right? The lost gods of Wales. There's not a lot of there's a lot of like ancestors that are like deities, but there's not like these ultimate powers. If you look in the Celtic tradition of Wales, there's not a lot of these like other deities that you would find like in the Egyptian pantheon that were there. That's not there. You won't find that there. Let's see here. Yeah, I see a lot of the Celtic deities. They're just ancestors that stories have built around. They're not like ultimate powers. Departure awaits. If the pentagram is upside down, like the cross is depicted evil, the 5-point star beard. Just because, like, I could turn this upside down doesn't mean it's evil. Culturally, it's been associated that way with a lot of people. It's a dark energy. When it light energy up, dark energy down. It doesn't have to be a symbol of evil. A pentagram doesn't have to be evil. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Arrogance. Are you sensitive? Yes, I am sensitive. Oh, man. Let's see here. What even is the devil, if not anything? It's a Christian boogeyman. I have a good day. Then I remember that we have limited druidic knowledge because they wanted to keep it secret. Then I get sad, yeah. Well, everything, in terms of secrets, there are no secrets, right? Everything can be known. As you take the journey, you will learn. What is hidden? There are deities that reveal things. Like there are people who can channel, where a lot of like the Wiccan tradition, like Wicca being this supposedly ancient religion, it was all came through channeling. A lot of what was developed in Wicca, for instance. I mean, you could connect to deities that can reveal things that your ancestors knew. You have to be willing to take that journey. Sometimes it's quite difficult, the acquisition of knowledge, and there's a lot of temptation along the way because there's always powers that want to give you things if you do it their way. Let's see here. There's a strong chance that your ancestors were Muslim because Northern Europe, none of them probably were Muslim. I doubt it. I doubt it. Let's see here. Follow the right path. Okay, I'll try. Our brain innately knows geometry. Most people on DMT see geometry. Yeah. I remember when I did LSD, I saw all kinds of like patterns and shit. I mean, that's pretty common, right? When you are using psychedelics to see symbols, and that's probably where my ancestors got this. They were tripping out, and they saw, oh, look at these swirly lines. Let's write them down. And 1,000 years later, people will think it's spiritual or something. That's probably what happened. Yeah. Let's see here. Where's Hanafa is here? Where's Hanafa? Elias Yahafana. Let's see. The 5-pointed star is an Islamic symbol. Wonderful. Yeah, you can make all kinds of symbols into anything you want them to be. Doesn't mean that's what they are universally. Let's see. Look at DNA under a microscope. There's a cross. I don't think so. I like how these people like making shit up about Christianity. Oh, it's in the. I heard this one guy say, when you inhale, it makes the sound Yahweh. I mean, that's ridiculous. And everyone believes it's a fact. Like when you inhale, I remember one time my son says, when you're breathing in, it sounds like Yahweh. Like, oh, okay, sure it is. Yeah. Let's see. Your name is Rees, which means river, I believe. Full name would be Dove River. Ooh, look at that, Dove River. I am the world's most exercised man, a demon for all occasions. Yeah, I should go like do a tour of churches and have them do exorcisms on me and have it like do like a YouTube stream. I'm like, today I'm going to the local Baptist church to receive an exorcism. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see how it works out today. And I come in with hidden cameras and watch them, you know, I'll perform, let them do the exorcism on me, and I'll act all crazy and shit. You know, just see how different churches do it. That would be fun to do, wouldn't it? If someone wants to use that idea. I wouldn't have time to do that, right? But that would be a funny comedy show to go around, especially the Pentecostal churches. They get real crazy with the exorcisms, right? You're back, Flame Drop. Ara, since the religious experts in the chat, can you actually prove something instead of just showing your ignorance? Yeah, I've asked for proof from this expert here, Jacks Me Off 82. He has not been able to give any proper response. He just continues because he knows he can't. If he's honest and has integrity, he will say, no, this is my opinion. But he continues to come up with these erroneous facts that he cannot prove. And I have no problem with it, whatever he wants to believe in, but he's trying to force it upon me as if it is a fact. That I have a problem with. I don't do that to people. I don't force my religious experience on others. Now, I'll talk about it. If it's helpful to you, that's wonderful. But I don't go around having everyone accept Cadadwin as their savior. Where am I at here? Bard's going to get swole in his exorcism every day. Yeah, wears you out. Yeah. You saw a video of an autistic person that can speak backwards. They recorded him speaking backwards and played it forwards, right on point. That's interesting. You know, some people have such talent, right? We have such talented people in this world and the things that they can do, right? Don't insult Islam. Screw your religion. There's nothing you're going to do about it. I can do whatever I want here, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. You can't do anything about it. Now, we have good Islamic friends that are part of our program here that are of the Sufi tradition. That's the type of Islam that I appreciate. Your crazy-ass version, no thank you. Rostambar, he only attacks the one true church. He either loves or, let's see here. Damn it, where did it go? Where did that comment go? Let's see. Damn it, I get all. Let me pin this. There's his comment right there. All right, I pinned our Green Knight Tales. If you're interested in watching the streets of Toronto in the middle of the night, it's very entertaining. I put it in the pin there for our friend Green Knight Tales. Yeah. Let's see here. He plays Zelda music too as he's walking around. Have you ever, Green Knight, have you ever been in any violent situations walking around? I know that probably some parts of town aren't the best to walk around in. Have you ever been in like a violent confrontation with people in the middle of the night? Let me see, where am I at here? Scrolling through here. Man, I'm so far behind in the chat. scrolling. I'm trying to find out where I left off. Trying to get back. I used to dream of. I got thousands and thousands of comments, and I got no staff. So I'm trying to return to where I left off here. Let me see where I was at. God of child marriage. Oh, you're talking about Islam? Now, not all Muslims believe that, to their credit, right? That Muhammad marries a child and has relations with her. That is a particular group of Islamic people that you find in the Hadith. Now, if I was a Muslim, I would burn that shit. I'm like, not my Muhammad. No way. He's not a child molester. Not all, and it's really sad that there are people in Arabic culture that marry children. I mean, it's really disgusting. But not all Muslims believe that shit. So you can't generalize their entire religion based on one little faction of it. Let's see, where am I at here? He only attacks the one true church. He either loves or doesn't care about the false religions. You're slandering me. You don't know anything that you're talking about here. You keep making claims. And I want to go back to your first claim. You said that God has rules and we are to follow him if we want to love him. You cannot prove that. Anything that you're saying, you cannot prove. You keep going into other commentary because you know that it is true. Yes or no? Jacks me off 82. Does God have these rules, and can you prove for a fact that he does and that we are to follow these rules? I want you to prove that to me as a fact. You can't do it, right? Have some integrity. Have some integrity and say, no, I cannot. It is my belief. And if it is a belief, that's fine. You are presenting it as a fact, and you are saying, I'm going to get punished if I don't do what you're doing. You are trying to manipulate and control here. Mr. Jacks me off 82. Is that when you were born, or is that when you started jerking off at 82? Let's see here. I'm not going to read Matthew, Mark, and Luke. I'm asking you a question. You have to prove it. I don't want to read someone else's book. Prove to me that God has rules and regulations where if I don't adhere to them, I'm going to be punished. Prove that, right? Jacks me off 82. You meant on YouTube? Okay. Let's see. I can't see. He's saying I can't read. I'm reading your comment. Jacks me off 82. I want you to prove to me your religious position. You are not able to do that. Why don't you have any integrity? And just say, no, I cannot prove it. It is my belief. A belief is not a fact, right? If I looked into the Leamington Lesser Key of Solomon, I never got into that stuff. The conjuring and all that stuff, to me, I think conjuring is a bad thing to do. I think it's quite dangerous. I can't follow his comment section. Well, I am behind in it. But I guarantee you, I can prove to you that you're never going to answer the question. You're never going to give me the evidence that I'm asking for. You're going to say, read this, believe in that. You cannot prove your claim. If you cannot prove your claim, I am not obligated to adhere to it. If you can supply evidence for your claim, I will follow it. But you cannot. Let's see. Thanks for the plug. You're welcome, Green Knight. Yeah. I want to help out all my friends here that are part of my community. I want you to be successful. And when you're successful, send a little money my way when you get real famous. Say, hey, I remember you. Here's $1 million. You got me 10 million. I want to give you $1 million. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, they did. Don't lie. They chose Christianity. No, they didn't. During that, you might have chose Christianity, but my ancestors did not have an option to choose. If they were to say no, they would be tortured or murdered. That is not a choice. The history is all there for that. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let's see. Yeah, he descends into insults. Typical of someone whose name is Jack Me Off 82. Their theological experience turns into insults. See, why? See, he's starting to talk about why is rape bad? Because you're not supposed to do it to people. That's why. You don't need a deity to tell you that rape is bad. Now let me ask you a question, Jacks Me Off 82. If you believe rape is bad, why does your God condone it? I can prove that your God commands rape. Let me read it right in your book here. I will read it to you. Your God commands rape. Let me read it to you. Let's see here. Let me read it for you. I'm going to bring it up to you and read it from your Bible. Your God commanding rape. Let me see here. All right. This is from Isaiah chapter 13. Raise a banner on a bare hilltop. Shout to them, beckon to them to enter the gates of the nobles. I, the Lord, have commanded those I prepare for battle. I, the Lord, have summoned my warriors to carry out my wrath, those who rejoice in my trumpet, my triumph. Wail, for the day of the Lord is near. Terror will seize them. Oh my, for the cruel day and fierce anger of the Lord. I will punish them, for they are evil. Let's see here. It keeps going on to this. Let me scroll through some of it. I want to go down to verse 16. He keeps talking about how wonderful his warriors are and shit. Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be looted, and their wives raped. Now you're saying, is rape bad? How do you know rape is bad? Your God commands people to rape. So don't give me your bullshit. When your God tells us that he's going to raise up a nation to rape people, your whole presentation of, well, how do you know rape is bad? And you're going to say, because the Bible tells you so? The Bible, God commands rape, sir. Your God is vile and disgusting. God is not paid his Netflix bill. You're going to start talking about natural law. Well, why does your God want people to get raped? Is that part of the natural laws, rape? Good job. This young person here, he's new to Catholic apologetics. Quite a neophyte at it, I would say. Terrible at engaging people with his conversation here. You need to go watch Catholic Answers a little bit longer before you come and try to dance with the bards, sir. You're a terrible apologist, and we'll let the audience decide whether they are convinced by your argument. Let's see. What's his name? Is Jerkoff82 right? Let me see. Right. Yes or no? Is Jerkoff82 right? We'll see what the audience has to say here about your presentation. Do you find Jerkoff82 right? Yes or no? You're able to respond here in the poll the audience here. If you believe that he is right in his presentation of his religion, if you are convinced with his Catholic apologetics, let's see here. Oh, I can't believe people are saying there's a small amount that have said yes, 15%. There we go. The majority, unfortunately, the consensus is, Sir Jerkoff82, you are full of shit. You might want to change your YouTube name too. Jaxit82. What a terrible name. What a terrible, your name is Jaxit82. Terrible name. My goodness here. You will keep your African ancestry alive. Good for you. Do you know anyone in the UK that is more Celtic I could link up with? There's a lot of places that you can find in terms that continue Celtic spirituality. I am a member of Obit, the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. That's all over Wales. That's all over everywhere of the United Kingdom. That would be a good organization if you want to find a way to connect to your, Druidic roots. That would be a great thing to do. Now, if you live in Wales, they have Eisteddfod every year. They have all of these cultural events that continue the traditions of the ancestors there. I don't know any one particular master, but one good person that is a Welshman that I enjoy listening to that gives classes, Celtic Source. That is a YouTube channel. He's got all kinds of degrees, and he continues the Celtic tradition. He teaches from the Mabinogion. He knows all of the stories, all of the mythology, and he helps people to get in touch with that history, to have a foundation. Celtic Source is the YouTube page. It's I forgot his name, but he teaches all kinds of classes. Another one, the Scottish lady, her name is Chris Hughes. She is, I think her last name is Hughes. Let me see. Make sure I got her name right. Chris Hughes, Huges. She has a wonderful Celtic channel where she tells stories. She is devoted to a deity called Mabon, a Mabonus, or one of those. I forgot what she calls it. But she lives in the United States, but she has a wonderful channel where she talks about all kinds of, she's a pagan. She's a polytheist, and she keeps the memories of the gods going. And I've learned a lot from listening to her. She has classes all the time. Introduction to Celtic mythology. She teaches from the Mabinogion as well. At the Celtic Source, what is his name? I forgot his name. Let me find his name here. Celtic Source. His name is, what is his name? I forgot his name. But he teaches right now. He's got a class that he's teaching the Mabby. I think he's like going through the entire thing with each class. I think he's on like the second book of the Mabinogion. Celtic Source is the, I'll copy and paste it into the chat. He does a great job teaching. He always has classes. He's like one of the leading experts on Celtic mythology, and very, very much into preserving the Welsh tradition. Very much preserving it too. Let's see here. Where am I at here? God does say if you sleep with an unmarried woman, you should marry her. Yeah, your God also says to marry your rapist. Where could we go wrong, right? Richard Yalbaldoth. That's how you see the God of the Bible. Learn reading comprehension. No, learn how to be courteous and not be a jacks me off 82. You're rude, sir. You want to push your religion on people. You need to go back to Catholic Answers and take a apologetics course on etiquette when you're talking to people. When you're being a dick to other people, they're not going to listen to your Christian apologetics. That's very important. And nowhere in Catholic apologetics do they teach you to be a dick. Let's see here. Now he's calling me a moron. When you start doing that, nobody listens to you. As your name states, jacks me off 80 talk. We think you're a jerk off here. You're not winning any converts. When you start acting like a dick, nobody listens to you. That's not a way to enter into conversation with people with apologetics. You love the unity of diversity on this channel? Yeah. That's why you like it here, Maple. Many faiths and beliefs in this community. Yeah. You have atheists, we have Satanists, we have pagan, we have Christian, Jew, Muslim. All people are welcome here. Boris, nice to see you. It says the king hardened his heart multiple times before God had. Well, you can make a defense for it, but the Apostle Paul contradicts you. Whom God hardens, he hardens. That's what it says. It's wild to me that the fundies can't see how loving and sacred this space is. Yeah. Look at, he's talking about beating your children now. Disciplining your children is not putting a fire pit in your backyard and throwing them in it. If I did that to my children, the state would take my kids away. You have a real sick understanding of discipline, sir. I guarantee you're not a father, because you wouldn't think that way. Let's see here. Yeah, remarkable how this applies to the conversion conversation last night. I forgot what we talked about last night. When we were at the Grove, is that what we were talking about? Our Grove? I forgot what we talked about last night. Self-discipline is much better. Lessons for child in abuse. Yeah. He is advocating abuse here. Let's see here. They preach love while spreading hate. Yeah. Yeah. Once when I was a Christian, I led thousands of people into the church when I was a clergyman. And how I did it is I wasn't a dick to people. I knew how to talk to people. If they weren't interested in my religion, I would have a conversation with them. Jacks me off 82. No one is interested in your religion. You have shown how terrible and evil your religion is here. Excuse me. So no one is interested in it. Go back to, playing with your private part. Let's see here. What a sick person. Sick person. Yeah, you're a terrible person. I hope you never have children. You're a real sick individual. He says, I pray for you, goober. What a dumbass, right? How insulting that is to someone. You're calling someone a name and you're invoking the power of your prayers. What an asshole, right? Do you think that your deity would appreciate you being an asshole to other people when you're saying, I want to pray for you, and you call them a name? What a dumbass. Let's see. Bruce. Damn. Oh, man. Bruce, nice to see you. Oh, always nice when Bruce stops in here. Compelled, not forced. Yeah, compelling is forcing. Let's see. Oh, just another fundy to block. Yeah, we get a lot of them, right? Cooking with Christians today. Yeah. I just have to convince one person that you are full of shit. Try. You've already shown that you are full of shit to my audience. We did the poll, sir. You know who voted for you? Christian fundamentalists. You're not converting anyone here. We have people here who are intelligent. Tomatoes, what you say and do, long as you walk in dark. You're the one named Jacks Me Off 82. You're saying I'm walking in darkness? I mean, you're promoting, isn't masturbation a sin in Christianity? And your name's Jerks Me Off 82. Let's see here. There's no hate like Christian love. Yeah. You are hanging from a ceiling upside down. The symbol is no longer evil. They believe their God has given them the authority to cast out us. Yeah, they're powerless, right? Oh, let's see here. There was some Muslim influence in Spain, but definitely not Northern Europe. Right now in Europe, it's heavily Muslim, right? Because of all the immigration. And eventually, it's all going to be Muslim because people aren't breeding anymore. For the Muslim people, to their credit, they believe breeding is a sacred responsibility, right? A lot of people stop breeding. They don't see the spiritual value of it. So they've discontinued it. They think it is just for making children. They don't see the power of the spirituality of children. And therefore, the Muslims, they believe in that. So eventually, most of Europe is going to be Muslim because of that. They are refusing to read the Gospels. Yeah. I was listening to War Pigs this morning from Black Sabbath. I'm like, that sounds like Christianity. Let's see. DNA is a helix structure, not a cross. Yeah. My prayers have been answered. Thank you all for your prayers. I just got a very good news, and it's a miracle. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you that you found peace. Let's see here. A blessing found you. Yeah. Genesis 1 is proof. No, it's not. It's a mythology. Donkeys and snakes don't talk. Let's see here. Where am I at? You attack Christians every day. No, I don't. I have no problem with Christians. Just assholes like you. I have wonderful Christian friends that come on here every day and enjoy being here. They enjoy the humor. They enjoy the atmosphere. They enjoy the conversation. I don't attack Christians every day, just assholes like you. You could be any religion in the way that you're talking about it, and I will still talk to you the same way. I talk shit on us for speaking our mind. You're not speaking your mind. You're just being an asshole. No one's listening to you. No one is interested in what you're saying. And you continue to do it. You continue to repeat yourself over and over again. Nobody cares. I've shown you evidence for that. We have taken a poll here. I showed you what the poll represented. Nobody cares about what you're saying. Jacks Me Off 82. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Let me see. I'm trying to catch up to your comments. Let's see right here. Your share in Discord, lady, you're grateful. A huge weight has been lifted. It's always beautiful when that happens, right? When we get these weights lifted off of ourselves here. Let's see, where are we at here? You have been cursing me with the Islam comment. Not me. I don't care what you believe about it. Let's see, where are we at here? We don't bring the stream to them. They are forced to convert what they believe. Yeah. Good morning, Hermit. The Sam, our good friend. I hope you are doing well. Good to have you here. You've seen a few drunks, but never any violence. Even my chat is very chill. Good. Yeah, you probably aren't exposed to a lot of fundamentalism as we have here, right? Yeah, Ketadwin is going to save you. Yes. Oh, where are we at here? That's the contradiction that shows up in the New Testament. Jesus said that he established a new covenant. Love your God, love your neighbor and yourself, love your enemies. Yeah. Love is supposed to fulfill, right? The ultimate idea in giving instruction or laws is to get you to a place where you don't need the laws, that you're in a state of love. That is one interpretation that she is bringing up here, Vixen, right? Watched by judge and breeding with swine? What are you doing with pigs, sir? Inquisitor Bacon probably won't like that if he sees that. Oh, man. Just back from your Ceridwen proselytizing. You're going around spreading the good word of Ceridwen, right? All around the world. Let's see here. Blessing them in the name of the cauldron. Yes, some proof, please. Ignorance isn't proof. Yeah. We won't capitulate, therefore we must be antagonists. Yeah, right? Let's not forget how most churches refuse to help starving babies in recent social experiments. Yeah. You ever see that one where as an experiment, he dresses up like a homeless guy to see the response of the Christians? And they all ignore him. No, they don't want to sit by him. When I don't know if some of you remember that. That was a while ago. I think it was on some news broadcast. He dressed up like a homeless person to see the response of churches and things. Okay, now I have a pedophile mask. Now you're a sick person. You are. Your name is Jerks Me Off 82, and you're calling me a pedophile. You're a sick person. Matthew, Mark, and Luke sound like a boy band. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Joshua Johnson is here. Even he's laughing with his Johnson. Their other three gospels just slightly alter the copies of the first one. Yeah, that's the tradition. Yeah. Oh man, where are we at? It doesn't speak for all Christians, but it's very telling. Yeah. Can you prove your beliefs? No, I can't. I don't force them on people either. The only way I can demonstrate what I believe is how I live. And that's all I can do. The conversations that I have with people. I am not required. If you don't believe in my goddess, that's her problem, not mine. She has revealed herself to me. If she doesn't reveal herself to you, that's her problem. She can do her own dirty work. I don't need to do it. It's not Sue of Christians, right? There's plenty of evidence of Jesus' death, resurrection. Yeah, there's plenty of much more evidence that Harry Potter was a good wizard as well. Yeah, we have lots of books that have written about it. Thousands of Roman manuscripts. There's thousands of Roman manuscripts and Greek manuscripts of the tale of Odysseus. Why don't you believe in giants or cyclopses and shit? Yeah. Fear God. Fear God and do his commandments, for that is the duty of man. Yeah. This is what I have to say to you, O God. Screw you. I'm not doing any of your commandments, and you ain't going to do shit. You have no power over me. Let's see here. Joey, nice to see you. You have helped me help myself grow. You've helped me to realize the work I have to do to achieve my healing and embattlement in life. Bless you, sir. Thank you for sharing that, Joey. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. And you have made my day, Joey, by sharing that. I really appreciate that. I know that I've helped people in talking here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Life's going to get better for you. Keep taking responsibility. Keep doing that difficult work. Don't give in when it could be easy to give in and not do the work. The work is ongoing, and eventually you'll get a break. You will get a break. You will enter into your rest. If I make millions, I'll send them your way. Thank you. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, I appreciate you. Sam, you don't have a YouTube channel, do you? But you, if you do, put it on our YouTube section and our Discord channel. If you are a Discord member, we have on the bottom of the channel, it says YT support. That's YouTube support. I want to help my friends in my community. If you want to do YouTube, I want you to be successful. I'm experiencing a little bit of success, and I want other people to be successful. This has been a good week. I've had over 1,000 subscribers. It was up to 1,300 last time I looked. Just this week. I mean, that's pretty good, right? I want other people to be successful. Yeah. There's no competition by helping other people in their YouTube channels, right? I mean, there's no competition. A result to insults. Well, that's exactly what Jesus would want you to do, right? To insult people. That's exactly what he taught you to do, right? Instead of loving your enemies and turning the other cheek, it's return the blow. That's what you're saying? You need to grow up. I mean, you're a very immature Christian, and you're just getting into apologetics. And it really is, it's not showing us Christianity. It's showing us your weak and pathetic ego. And it's quite unfortunate. I was where you were at one time when I was getting into apologetics. I got a big boner with it, and I was shoving it in people's faces, just as you are. And when they didn't perform what I wanted to perform, I would resort to insults. I was immature. You're just a child. You're getting into Catholic apologetics, which is terrible. As a former Catholic clergyman, I can tell you that a lot of us clergymen, we despise people like you, because you come into our churches and you say, I'm in the true church now. And you don't give a shit about the community. All you care about is what's on your piece of paper that says you're part of the true church. And nothing in your life demonstrates anything true by your behavior, as you've shown here. You have no hospitality. You're rude, and you're acting like a damn child. I'm slow with the comments. Yeah, I'm far behind. I get normally each show, there's at least 2,000 comments that I have to sift through, and it takes me a while to get through them. He's about to defend Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, I will. Any God that destroys human beings through temper tantrum is terrible. What would have been more appropriate? If you don't like people and their sodomy, would it be better to use your energy to go down there and say, let's stop getting each other in the ass. I am your God. Let's be, I have other ways that you can be doing this. Or going up and dropping a firebomb on everyone. What would be more appropriate? Using your power to change their heart, or using your power to drop a bomb on them? What would be more appropriate for a deity? Your deity is a damn child like you. When your God is an asshole, you are one too. And you have demonstrated that from my audience today. Good job. Dirt jumping mafia. Has everyone lost their mind? You have to lose it to find it sometimes. There's a lot to go through. Yeah. Men were so afraid of women's power of creation that they made a god, a lord that would steal it from them. Yeah, I don't follow that narrative. I mean, there are some people who believe, there are some people that study ancient cultures and think there was, in the beginning, it was all goddess. I think that there's always been lords and ladies together. That's how it's always been. And now, in certain cultures, there's always an imbalance with that. But I think a proper understanding of deity is Lord and Lady. I think the Wiccans, the Gardinians had that right. Let's see here. It is a courtesy he does for us. He could skim through the comments, but he tries to give authentic responses to everyone. Yeah, I want to talk to people, and you are a person. You're not just a words. So I like to engage with humanity. So I try to go through. Eventually, if I make enough money on this, I'll get a team where they're able to draw up the comments that I need to respond to. Most of this Christian fundamentalist shit I just ignore because it's more of a nuisance than anything, unless I can prove a point or educate people from it. Jax Me Off 82 has been a great teacher here today with his masturbation handle, talking about Christianity. You've been very helpful in educating people here today. Let's see here. Fear means I don't want to do anything that will hurt you or disappoint you. Yeah. Let's see here. You mean the Tao has no mind? It just flows right, mindless? I don't think of the Tao as an unintelligent. It's just energy that is aloof. I think there is a mind underneath all things that operates. The divine Sophia. Yeah, think about the yin and the yang as like the first principle in the cosmos, like what like Shiva, right? The Shiva tradition, like the first thing in the cosmos before there was karma. The beginning and origins of karma. There was the Shiva Linga. That was like the first manifestation in the cosmos, right? And that's where all karma came out of that experience. Dude thinks he won. I'm not in competition with you, sir. I'm making fun of you. There's no competition here. You cannot heckle a bard in his own domain and think that you're coming out on top. You're just making an ass of yourself every time you speak. Do never challenge a bard. I am a master of satire. I am a master of responding to you. And some people have told me they only watch, not for my spiritual stuff. They're like, we're not interested in that. We like how you talk to these assholes in the chat. I defend rape and murder and abortion. Never did any of that. You did. You have, by defending the Bible, you defend rape, murder, and abortion. Your God does all of that. Want me to prove it to you? I proved the rape part already. Where does God approve of abortion? What happens when King David screws Bathsheba? What does the God do to punish David? He murders the child. He kills it in the womb. It is a stillborn. It dies. That is your God. He does abortion. Your God is, really murder. So much of that in there. Yeah, you're a real sick person. Set. As someone who was raped, there is nothing holy about breaking consent. It scars for life. Yeah, it's terrible how these assholes, they make light of people's suffering, and they're trying to attack me, right? He's a sick person. When we follow the Tao, if I have any votes, I win. Yeah. The only people who are voting for you are deranged lunatics like yourself. Can't save you're not saving anyone here. You are out of your damn mind if you think you are saving anyone here by being an asshole to people. You're calling me dipshit? Aren't you supposed to be a representative of Jesus Christ? I mean, you're really sad. I mean, don't expect getting a job at Catholic Answers with your form of Catholic apologetics here. I mean, you are a child. Oh my goodness. But this has been educating. We thank you for educating people here with how people act and think in your religion. It's been very helpful to my audience here. I love using people like this to demonstrate why Christianity is evil. Let's see, scientifically proven wrong. Yeah, now you're calling everyone in the audience dipshits. Yeah, that's just what Jesus would want you to do, right? You like the stories in the Mabinogion? I carry it with you everywhere. Yeah, I've been listening to stories. I've never gone through the Mabby, but it is like the Bible of the ancestors, as I'm told. Beautiful stories in them. I haven't heard them all. I'm just getting familiar with all things Celtic, so it's very new to me. Lewis, you slept in too much reefer last night, Lewis. Let's see here. Let's see. Where's Jenna? Jenna, nice to see you. Jenna Sparkles. Good to have you here, Jenna. Good to see you, Azima. Good to have you here. Grand rising to all here. May your beverages be full. Yes. God gets man hard. I never said to beat your kids, genius. Yeah. You keep insulting people here. Do you think they're going to accept your religion? Why are you here? You've lost the chance to have any type of meaningful conversation. I mean, everyone knows you here as Jacks Me Off 82. You couldn't teach your son to flush a toilet in 20 years? My son has a sense of humor. That's why he did that to the toilet. Where are we at here? The unity and diversity in this community, when it's not consecutive rebukings to the fundamentals of born agains, there's plenty of compassion in it. Yeah. I think it's that we respect the others and have their own opinions. Yeah. Got to be careful casting out, rebuking evil. They might banish themselves. Yeah. Their God gets them hard. Yeah. Well, his name's Jack Me Off 82. I mean, maybe that's like a liturgical service for him. I don't know. Yeah, he's a real sick person, right? Let's see here. Yeah, Lewis is a Christian. Yeah. 20% are with you. Good. Yeah. There's always, in all communities of people in the world, there's always wonderful people who like to support people by the name of Jack Me Off 82. Let's see here. You don't have a name for your religion? You have an altar for Hecate? Yeah, Hecate is a wonderful goddess. You did give us your channel info. I am Joy, the one who believes nothing is bad. I make up my morals. That's you, dude? Yeah. So what if I did? What's wrong with making up my own morals? You're doing it. You're saying it's okay for God to condemn, to allow people to get raped and murdered and aborted. You're justifying it, right? I'm saying that it's wrong in all cases. I might be making that up, but I'd rather go with that team than yours. All right, now let's see. Slow down. 2 things we don't play out are bacon and chairs. Oh man, baconism. That's something you could get behind. Yeah, where's Inquisitor Bacon? He is here to challenge anyone that goes against his bacon grease. I rebuke the bacon god in the name of the lettuce. And the response was wonderful. You leave that part out. Lime, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well, Lime. It's always nice to see the lime. You've got to have a little lemon in there too, right? You've got to have a little lemon in the lime together. Make it a Sprite. Yeah. I'm an animal rights advocate. Proof we can all disagree and be civil. Yeah, I am a SETI. I am a de facto member of PETA myself. PETA has been taken over by vegans, and I am not vegan yet, so I consider myself a de facto member of PETA. How do you get the irk sound from Ja? Poor illiterate. Yeah. Jacks me off 82, as you call yourself. Do you think that you're representing Jesus Christ by the way you're talking to people here? I mean, I am not a Christian. I can ridicule you all I want to, but you're not supposed to talk like that. Doesn't it say the servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be a teacher because it's God who gives repentance? Now, if you're not teaching and you're just bitching, do you think God has anything to work with now in terms of allowing me to come to repentance? Let's see here. That's fair enough, Nate. I can respect that. Let's see here. Ryan O'Neill, I appreciate you, sir. Good to see you, Ryan. I hope you're doing well. I've never tried to force anyone. You got all defensive and started calling me perverted names. I'm not being defensive. I'm ridiculing you. That is not a defensive technique. That is for entertainment purposes. That's why I'm doing it. You have made a fool of yourself, sir, with your childish behavior, the way that you're acting here. I'm just, adding on to it because that's what I do here. I'm an entertainer, so I make fun of people like you. You worship Tufunya? I never heard of that before. Don't force me to believe anything, and I won't force you. It's pretty simple, right? Good to see you, Thomas. Good to have you here, fellow Earthling. Do you know the difference between fiction and historical narrative? You don't. You think your historical fiction is real. Let's see here. Believe in the broccoli goddess, or else. Or else. Or you will get constipation if you do not, and gas. You say that every day. You say you don't hate God. Shut the F up, dude. That's exactly what a Christian would say to someone, right? I highly suspect that you're not even a Christian or a Catholic, the way that you're talking here. I have no problem with God. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you. My rabbits, thank you. You have now purchased their treats here. Oh no, they're going to come running out. That was a false alarm, rabbits. False alarm. False alarm. Let's see here. So you watch me every day, is what you're saying. Jacks me off 82. I don't have any problem with God. I've never said one thing bad ever about Jesus Christ. It's you assholes that I make fun of. You are terrible. You make Jesus look bad, not me. Look at your behavior. Look at the way you're talking to people. Jesus said, love your enemies. Do good to those who despise you. Show kindness. You are telling me to shut the fuck up. You are calling me all kinds of names. You're acting like a damn child. Now, when I was a Christian, if I were to do that, I wouldn't expect anyone to come to my church. It's time for you to grow up. You're being a child. You're a father of Brussels sprouts. You don't have right. Yeah, we can eat what we want. It's our free will to eat our broccoli, damn it. My link doesn't work. I'm sorry. Look up Celtic sauce. Thank you, Binary Ghost. Non-binary Ghost. Let's see here. You've been on a more plant-forward diet lately, and this Adonis-like body you've built over fried meat and potatoes is struggling with it. You won't stop pooping. Oh, man. I mean, I don't have any, I don't know what to tell you, right? You know, maybe you were full of shit this whole time and it's now coming out, right? All of that Adonisness is built on the fecal matter. Well, you need a good cleansing now and then, really, right? That is healthy for you. Let's see here. Broccoli and garlic, your worship. Let's see. Chris, you didn't mean to text that. Sorry. I am the person who is sober and vegan. I'm meat to stick out. Yeah. I'm meant to stick out. Yeah, you're like straight edge. We used to call those people straight edge when I was younger. Yeah, Jesus is king, no insults yet. Yeah. Now, Bold of the Lion, he's another lunatic that comes on here. But I've never said anything bad about Jesus, ever. Never once. So happy you're growing in numbers. Thank you, Joey. Oh, it's nice to help other people's grow. Let's see. Were you practicing black magic when you were a Christian? Yes. Yes, I was. Once you go black, you don't come back. So I had to keep that magic up. What is a bard? A bard is the one who preserves culture. A bard is the one who is the storyteller. A bard is the one who is the poet or, musician. The bards of old, they are the reason why we have YouTube today or other things. All culture is built on the bard, the myth weaver. In being inspired by that, by my ancestors, my bardic talent is one of talking and having conversation and telling story, sharing my poetry with you, inspiring you, encouraging you. That is how I contribute to the world, through my satire, through our conversation that we have here. And I am a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. That is the organization that I belong to. But, you know, the Bard is quite diverse, and but ultimately, without bards, there would be no civilization. They are the ones who continue to tell the stories of the ancestors. I don't punish evil. No, I don't torture my children. No, I don't build a fire pit in my backyard and tell them I'm going to throw them in it if they're not doing what I want them to do. So no. Let's see here. Gorgeous Roddy Chrome. Oh, look at you. All right. I'm done talking to Jacks Me Off 82. We've drawn out the conversation to its limit. He's going to continue to be immature and act like a child. But you've helped educate my community here with people like you. So thank you for that today. All of these shit talkers are obstacles to forward motion. That's right. Let's see here. What is Satan? Satan. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Harry Potter is witchcraft. I know. If you watch Harry Potter, it will teach you how to do dark magic. Keep your children away from Harry Potter. Oh my. It is an introduction into witchcraft. Well, I first learned witchcraft from playing Dungeons and Dragons in the 80s. That's how I started practicing it. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Let's see. I'm just going to skip. Jerks me off 82. I'm not talking to you anymore. Other people might talk to you. I mean, you're repeating old statements. I mean, have you run out of things to say? You'd have to repeat your own statements over and over again. That should give you some clues that you have nothing to offer people here. Let's see. I don't much about it, but I'm always happy to learn. Saying what is and isn't a good choice. Every path is valid in its own way. Let's see. If the devil is everything that makes you uncomfortable, it sounds like you need more Satan. Somebody said Satan? Oh my goodness. But to see. The yin-yang is only half the symbol. I'd be a mod, but I'd sleep too much. Now, we don't need any more. We have wonderful moderators that are here. I have my group of that mod for me. Bards are the weakest class in Dungeons and Dragons. I doubt it. You don't know nothing about D&D. One of my favorite classes is the Bard in D&D. I like playing a Bard of Valor, and I take the human that has a feat, and I use the feat for heavy armor. It's no different than a paladin. I can keep doing my Bardic inspiration as a bonus action and keep adding to my either attack or defense. The Bard is like one of the most versatile in Dungeons & Dragons. So you don't even know shit about D&D either. What a shame. You're just ignorant in all things and culture and life. That's what fundamentalist Christianity would do to some people. Sad. It's like trying to intimidate a chimney sweep. Oh, let's see here. True ass patriot. What are we talking about? Whatever you want. Jesus never killed a baby or anyone. Who's the idiot? If you think Jesus is Yahweh, he certainly did. He killed David's baby in the womb, made it a stillborn, because he didn't like the fact that David committed adultery. That's the right response. Let's kill children as a punishment. What an evil son of a bitch, right? I don't know how you can be a pro-life Christian and believe in the Bible. If you are a pro-life Christian, your book tells you about your God killing children. I mean, don't you find that a contradiction, right? Let's see here. You think a lot of Christians need to meet Kali? She will take your ego away. Yeah. What's wrong with darkness? Nothing. Oh yeah, blame it on David. He sinned, therefore God kills his child. What an asshole. That's a horrible way. Killing children as a response to something you've done wrong. Punish the child for what the parents have done. That's the kind of God you have in the Bible. Where are we at here? I'm going to drool out of my mouth soon. Maybe. It depends on how hot and bothered you get me with your commentary here. I mean, it is Thursday anyways. You were on my grinder earlier, weren't you? Because I remember you making that comment. You showed me a picture of your your private part. And you had what is called a penile implant, and you thought turning it into a bubble was attractive. You're like, you're going to start drooling soon. I wasn't drooling. I mean, that looked like a safety device for when you're going swimming. Is that how you hold yourself up in the ocean? Shh, shh, shh. Case of emergency, pump up the weenie. And you just float in the water until you get rescued. I wasn't interested in that, by the way. I'm not a. Some of you people are quite perverted on Grindr, so no, thank you. You know, you meet some really weird sons of bitches out there, right? Let's see here. There's no light without darkness. Everyone sins. No, there's no sin. That's some bullshit that people make up, that you are pissing off God all the time. Look it, I'm sinning. Screw your God. Nothing's happening. Ooh, your God isn't doing anything to me. What's happening? I thought your God was all powerful. Screw your God. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Let's see here. Our Norse pagan friend Ulf is here, trying to contradict these fundamentalists here. Where am I at here? Jesus is probably here with a glass of wine, enjoying the conversation like, wow, thank you. There's a lot of assholes that call themselves Christians. Thank you for exposing them. You're welcome, Jesus. No problem. Healy, you grew up in an IFB church? Oh, shit. Where did that comment go? Damn it. Yeah. Oh, man. I hate when that happens, when they just take shit away from me. Where am I at here? I lost your comment. I hope I'm trying to find it back, Keely. I'm trying to find your comment. YouTube just takes my shit away here. What can you do, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what an IFB church is. I'm thinking of some type of like a nuclear missile or something, an intergalactic ballistic missile or something. Where am I at here? Trying to scroll through it. Maybe I'll find your comment. I'm trying to find it. Gorgeous Roddy Chrome is here. Oh, man. Good old gorgeous Chromie himself. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I love having conversations with people. I love whatever you want to talk about. I am here to talk to you. I am an entertainer. And if you are enjoying these conversations, if you've been watching, give it a touchy right here. That little thumb up there, the thumb right there. Just touch it. Give it a touch. Give it some love right there. I do this for a living, and that helps with commercials and shit like that. You can also buy me a cup of coffee. There's a join button over to the side. Buy me a cup of coffee. Where am I at here? Let's see. Trying to catch up to you here. Thousands and thousands of comments here. Let's see. A vibration in motion can disrupt rocks. What does that mean? Oh, okay, I found it. You grew up in an IFB church, got molested in the church. I'm sorry to hear that. That is terrible when people use religion to do evil. Yeah. Let's see. Where am I at here? Life is such a strange thing. We argue and fight and kill people over religion. And then we die. Yeah. Let's see. Sean, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan is here. To love animals, you must be vegan. No, you don't have to be. Veganism is the future of our humanity when all animal species in their evolution will stop eating each other. To love animals, you can be anybody. You don't have to make a claim that you have the ultimate authority on loving animals is a contradiction, because your whole society, the people who give power to your home, they all eat meat. It is part of our system of existence. You cannot escape it right now. If you really want to be a lover of animals, go live out in the woods and be one. And then you can say, I really love animals. I'm no longer part of the grid, right? Being on YouTube. There are people on YouTube that run YouTube that eat animals. Therefore, you are in contradiction of your own beliefs. I think veganism is the future, but I am not there yet. And I think it's unfortunate, these guilt trips that vegans put on people doesn't change anyone, right? It's beautiful that you've achieved that place where you're no longer eating animals, but many people are not there yet. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's see. You are vegan, but attacking people only tears us apart. Yeah, I think the best thing vegans can do is show how wonderful your lifestyle is and how healthy and great it is. And that attracts people. When you go and fight people with it, like that crazy, we had some crazy bitch come on here. A famous YouTuber, the vegan something or whatever. I don't know if some of you remember that. It started whining about it. We blocked her immediately. I can't have a conversation with a raving lunatic. You want to have a conversation about animal violence? There's a good conversation to have with a vegan person, right? But, guilt trips don't do shit for people. Let's see. You ain't running into a hole of floating donuts around. Oh, that would be fun. Your feed cut out? Technically, historical fiction is a real thing. I knew a movie that would fit in the description. The Memphis Belle. Oh, you're talking about, like, Harry Potter could be considered historical fiction, because it takes place in a real place, the United Kingdom, right? Like and subscribe to the board's voice. Across the waters and winds comes the voice of the bard into your experience. Yes, when I get to the bottom of the comments today, I'm going to call it a day. Let's see. You work nights? Let's see here. Because Jesus flipped some tables over and whipped some people in a temple, you think that's a pass for violent? Yeah, that's a complete misunderstanding of the text. The idea of the whip is totally out of the context by modern people like that dumbass up there who was talking about Jesus doing it. The purpose of the whip was not a whip at all. It was a cord of string that it was used for purification of temple ceremonies. We have a whole liturgical ritual in the priest's scroll, in the Dead Sea Scrolls, that talks exactly what Jesus did. The whip of cords, you would dip it in blood and you would purify. He was purifying the temple with it. The tables shouldn't have been there, so that was appropriate to get that out of that holy place. But he wasn't whipping people and hurting people. That is such a horrible lack of education that, Mr. Jack Me Off is talking about there. You've been a plant-forward diet late. Okay, I read that already. Let's see, I'm glad I found this channel. Great community you have built here. Thank you. You should join us. Come to our Discord channel, Mindless DAO. There's a join button over there for the price of a cup of coffee. You can support what I do. I'm on here every day. There's always content here, all the time. And we have a wonderful Discord community. Oh, let's see here. I wasn't subscribed apparently, so how I've been seeing your content. Keradwin has brought it to you. That's why. The goddess said, we must get set in here. We must get him some good experience of the goddess. So that is how it happened. The goddess brought us together here. Yeah, your algorithm ultimately, right? Let's see here. Now he's just being a bigot and a homophobe. Mr. Jerks me off here. Yeah, I'm not even reading his shit. Let's see. Where am I at? Oh, great. Jesus with Jacob is back. Great. More fundamentalism. Thank you. I appreciate you, Ara. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. On a scientific level, more plants mean a lot more fiber. It could take 2 to adjust. Healthy bowel movements are good. Yeah. Oh no, the pentagram is back. Please remove it. I cannot watch it with it here. That is my response to you. This is not a safe place. It's not one of those safety zones for literal religious children who can experience the real world. If it makes you sad, you don't have to be here. Let's see. $20 says if the church gave permission for stake burning, they would do it. Yep. Yeah, they would do it. They can't get away with that shit anymore, right? Oh, let's see here. Oh, trying to get out here. That's the idea that magic will become illegal and get us locked up. Yep, they're always trying to do that shit, right? Deb Richardson is here. Down under, Debbie. Good to have you here. It's always nice to see our good friend. She wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning to be here. Isn't that a wonderful devotion to the community here? But Deb, how come you're not on our Discord channel? We want to get you on our Discord channel. Debbie, you've been here forever. Do you want to be on our Discord channel? Send me an email, Debbie. We want to get you on our Discord channel if you're interested. Let me put my email up here for Deb. Let's see, BRORIC at hotmail.com. Deb, there's my email. Give me an email. We'll get you on our Discord community. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate all these wonderful people here. If you contribute to the community, we want to have you there. And the easiest way to be a contributor is going. If you are new to the channel, if you come all the time, and we'll get you on our Discord channel. The join button over there is the quickest way to do that if you are new. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can support what I do here. But Deb, we want you on our Discord channel. Let's see here. Pathfinder is better? I don't think so. I cast vicious mockery upon you. You fall down on the floor laughing, picking your nose. The Romans did the same with the druids. Yeah, they created propaganda and wiped them out. Yep. Yeah, I'm far behind. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. He kept using the pentagram to keep us away. Yeah, why do you keep coming back? Let's see. We're moving toward the Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, I bet so. They wish it could be that way, right? You want it to be the future, so me too. Sir Flame Drop. Let's see here. Let's see. Where am I at? Trying to catch up to the end of the program here. The rapture is at any moment, says Ted. I hope so. I want you assholes to get out of here. Now, I should put a bat symbol up next time. Like put the Batman symbol up. I mean, maybe that will keep them away. It's like every time I put different symbols up. Like I put the picture of Caradwin up in the back. They just flock here. Maybe I need a Batman symbol. They're like, oh, that's just about comic books. I'm not going to bother harassing them. Yeah, but the Pentangle just brings all the lunatics here. Let's see, where am I at here? Oh, there. Oh, man. So you think you can tell? Yeah. You love your morning spiritual entertainment? Yeah, it's too early for you. You should be sleeping down under Debbie. Oh, man. Let's see. Hail Caradwin. We love Caradwin here. Is King Arthur true? I doubt it. My ancestors everything was King Arthur and everything was Merlin. Was there a king called King Arthur? Probably. Was there a druid called Merlin? Probably. But the tales we have about them, they're all mythology. I don't believe in it. There are people who do believe it's real. I mean, it's an important mythology, the stories of our ancestors. Noah floods is here. Oh, no. Hide your animals. You don't want to be on his ark. He's got some strange, perverted things that he does to your animals. Oh, man. Let's see. Where am I at here? Hug a tree. Yeah. Trees are just as living to me as animals. You know, the voice is said in your head, what if no one helps me? Another voice said, I come in love. Yeah. We have such a diversity of voices up here, right? Let's see here. You're at Mount Ararat right now? Look at you. No need to get animals. Our bodies haven't evolved yet not to eat them. Yeah. Yeah, plants are living to me too. I mean, I try to love plants and animals. I try to respect this web of life, but in that web of life there is the sacrifice, the giving of the being to you. You hear stories amongst native peoples how animals will come to you to offer themselves to you in the hunt. They want to butcher plants here. Father, how can I get in on the D&D I played as a kid? I love to join. Well, I am not taking players that are new. I'm looking in one of my game for people who know how to role play and people. Now, if you're interested in D&D, there's always new groups being started on Roll20.net. There's always people on there willing to train you, to get you involved. I am not there in my game right now. I have trained all the people in the game, and I am not in the training session stage anymore. But you're welcome to watch and enjoy the experience on my Dungeons and Dragons channel, which a lot of you have tuned into. We have a good time on there. There are people in our community that have been talked about starting games that have never have started them yet. Let's see. Where am I at here? Scrolling through. Hail Caradwin. Kenwood, nice to see you. You never heard of the purifying cord of blood? Yeah, it comes from the priest scroll. You can find it in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It is a tradition of purification of a temple, dipping the cord in the blood and going through the temple. It's all in the priestly scroll in Qumran. LGBTQ Christians, vegans, and woke people are all naggers to me. Well, you sound like a nagger to me. I mean, to have to bitch about other people and their experiences. I have no problem with people and how they want to live out their life. And to whine about it tells me a lot about you. Let's there's a lot of misinformation about veganism. Yeah, there is. They make you feel attacked by the choices we make. Yeah, it's not you, Set, but you know that in your community, vegan people, there are assholes, lots of them. I mean, that's why I call myself a de facto member of PETA, because I'm not welcome. I'm not welcome in PETA anymore because I'm not a vegan. There's that constant harassment and guilt. It's like going to church, where you get all the guilt and the shame. It's not offered as a positive spirituality. Let's see, where am I at here? You were a vegetarian a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for helping us understand the Bible. You're welcome. Yeah, I spent many years educating myself, going to different study groups and universities, trying to understand the Bible when I was a Christian, only to realize that it was bullshit at the end. Yeah. I don't even talk to Jesus with Jacob here. He's a nuisance as well. Don't even talk to him. Hecate, worshiper. Genuine question: what does the symbol of the cauldron mean? In the Celtic tradition, cauldrons had great symbolism of power, of presence, of plenty. For Ceridwen, it is a symbol of the Awen. It is how she brews up the magic of the Awen and shares it with people. So the cauldron is a universal symbol. Interesting enough, Ceridwen became very popular amongst modern practitioners of witchcraft because of the cauldron there. They thought, oh, she is one of us. But she was never called witch. Witch is a modern term. Let your mother in. That's your mother. Let her in. If it's not, come get me. Now, she was known as the White Witch, and witchcraft is actually a term that comes from Christianity. All of my ancestors practiced magic. There was no witches. That was something created by Christianity and added to her experience. And so when Wiccans, they said, oh, look, she's got a cauldron there. She's like me. She became a great symbol in the amongst modern practitioners of witchcraft. I found art for Ceridwen all over the world, and mainly from people who are Wiccans. They thought, oh, she is one of us. Yeah. And she doesn't mind. She loves that, right? Welcome, our good friend, the Mindless Tao, has joined our community. Now there should be a members only tab for you in the section that will give you the Discord link and allow you to be a member of the Discord. Now you got a bunch of emojis. You got an Awen symbol by your name. Welcome to our community. We have a wonderful Discord community filled with atheists, agnostics, pagans, monotheists. Everyone is there, getting along, having a good time. Every now and then an asshole slips in, but my moderators, they deal with it. Let's see here. Not everyone's welcome to your arc. Oh, man. Let's see. Where am I at here? Yeah, see you later, Ara. Let's see. The power of Ceridwen. Yeah, Ceridwen is a wonderful goddess. Let's see. Where are we at here? I just gave you the middle finger. Yes, I did. Yeah. You don't have to be here. I'm not removing my symbols because you're uncomfortable with them. Yeah, you don't have to be here. Yeah, not a safe place for Christians. No. Triskelion Hecate worshiper. Let's see. Where am I at here? You want me to flip the pentagram upside down for you? That will make it worse. Then we'll get more Christians here trying to save us. You're welcome for the answer. You're welcome for the answer. Yeah. When I get to the bottom of the comments today, I'm going to call it a day. I've sifted through the thousands of comments to meet you here at the end. But I will be back tomorrow morning at the same time as well. And tomorrow evening, check out our D&D game on our other channel. If you want my D&D channel, let me get it for you here. I'll put it in the link here. This is the D&D channel is right here. Yeah, we play D&D on there all week. We live stream our game. I do all kinds of fun D&D lore streams and all kinds of fun D&D stuff there, if you're interested. Let's see. You follow Hecate. Lots of people love Hecate here. Let's see here. Tell you about the damn D&D. I want it. You want in? Yes, I know. Everyone wants to get in my games all of the time. But I can only do so much. I only have so much skill. Oh, my. I'm Nimrod's son. Yeah. Nimrod was my gay father. Yeah. The power of Keladin brought you here for your spiritual entertainment. Look at that. Coffee makes you pooth again. Yeah. Hail Keladin. Keladin loves you. Christian fundamentalists accept Keladin. Receive her into your heart. Open yourself to the cauldron of Keladin. Come to the goddess. Receive her as your maiden, mother, and crown. With Jesus, you only get 2, Lord and Savior. With Keladin, you get 3. It's a better deal. Maiden, mother, and crown. Receive her into your heart. Who is Nimrod? Somebody in his pants. Oh, my. Where am I? Are you a Freemasonry? No, I am not. I am not a Mason. I appreciate Masons. Thank you so much, Father Bad. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're a divine spark. Look at you. Oh, man. Let's see. Theory is not fact. Well, your Bible's filled with theories. No facts at all. Don't know about evolution theory. We talked about that yesterday. Yeah. It's the best theory we have. There's nothing better than it. I'm wacky? Well, that's good. Jacob only has a small amount of faith. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm almost at the end. When I get to the end, it's the end of the day. Oh, my. You subscribe to the realm. You enjoy watching. You're welcome, Ryan. You're welcome. Do you think hierarchy really exists in nature? Or is that a human projection, a curated idea? I think there is some type of organization, if you want to call it a hierarchy. Yeah, I think that there are the natural. I believe that the wind is alive, that there is a spirit of the wind. So I believe that there are beings within the natural that, orchestrate the realities. That everything appears to us as random, but it really isn't. There's powers behind everything. Oh, so many love with giants. Yeah, everyone wants to make love to the giants. Lloyd, you want a vehicle of salvation? Go, buy a gun and give your gun to Jesus? Oh, man, that's kind of violent there, Lloyd. That is violent. Thank you, Bart. You're welcome. Do I believe in the Tooth Fairy? As long as the Tooth Fairy is giving me money, I will be a believer. When the Tooth Fairy stops giving me money, I will no longer be a believer. Same thing with the Easter Bunny. Now, I've had a solid candy experience going on. I'm almost 50 years old. So I'm a firm believer in the chocolate. Yeah. As long as those Cadbury eggs are coming my way, I'm going to be a believer in the Easter Bunny. That's how it works. Evolution can be the expansion of how God formed everything. Yeah, a lot of Christians believe that. Yeah. Take care, Chris. Never-ending story. Faith, trust, Pisty Ducks. Yes. The Bible is made up. Yeah, it is. You're welcome, Vixen. You're welcome. The wind tells you a storm is coming. Yes, it does. The wind carries the memory of our ancestors. Never-ending story. Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan could be real. Yeah. Very uplifting place filled with the love of Celadon. And I have come to the end of the broadcast, my friends. Now, tonight, I don't plan on being here, but you never know. I have to catch up, and Lewis here is one of my players. So I'm trying to catch up to making sure everything's prepared for tomorrow. One of our players got kidnapped by an evil duke. Who's into all kinds of magics. So that's going to be the story tomorrow night in our game. All right. You all have a wonderful day. Celadon loves you.